Good good evening, people of the internet and people of all persuasions. My name is Aaron and I will be your game master tonight. And tonight we have trying to come back with our monthly installments of the Role Player Guilds of Kansas City's online dread game. We're currently trying very hard to grow this channel, and we'd love it if you could give us a hand. So right down at the bottom of your screen, see if you can help us unlock some Twitch features, and so we can bring you more live play goodness like this in the future. So go down there and hit the like and subscribe button, both on YouTube and Twitch, to help us out. If you'd like us to join us for one of these adventures, head on over to our Discord, where we post signups for the games and other events brought to you every month, especially our Saturday, once a month, our open free RPGs at local gaming stores. If you're watching this after the show, like I said, head on over to YouTube and give us a like and follow so we can expand our community there as well. Our engineer Brad will be posting all those links in the description so that you can have easy peasy following. So tonight, for your viewing pleasure, is yet another installment of the Dread role-playing game. So Dread is a rules-light, theater of the mind horror RPG. Unlike other role-playing games, there are no stats and no skills. Instead, to create their character, these players have chosen an archetype, and then they were given a series of short answer questionnaires about their character they will be playing, and they're asked to develop it by answering those questions in 1 to 2 sentences. Now, normally this system is a diceless system, and as long as the player is committing an action that is reasonable for their character to be able to do, they're going to succeed. For example, if we had a third-year medical student and with a good medical kit, they're always going to be able to bandage a cut on someone's arm. Now in Dread, if a player tries to do something outside of their character's skill set, that's where, in a real-life game, when we're face-to-face, we would turn to a Jenga tower, and they would pull one block from the tower in order to be successful. So for example, if our third-year medical student was given a single stick of dynamite and told to go blow up that bridge, most medical students don't know the right place to put a single stick of dynamite to blow up a bridge, so that's when they would pull a block out of the tower. If the player was successfully pulled the block and set it back, the bridge would successfully fall. Sometimes they're asked to do a task that's particularly difficult, and it may require multiple pulls. For example, if our medical student was trying to set the compound fracture of someone's arm in the back of a pickup that's going down a pothole-filled road, while someone's shooting a gun at them, that may call for 3 or 4 pulls to be successful. Now, as you can obviously see tonight, we're on the internet and we're not playing face-to-face, so we had to change things up a little bit. Instead of a tower, our players will be sharing a single set of 90 numbers, 1 through 90, and instead of pulling a block, they're going to be rolling a die to try to 90-sided die in order to generate one of those numbers. We'll be keeping track of the history of those numbers, and as long as they roll a number that has not previously been rolled, they're going to be successful. If they repeat a number that's already been rolled any time that night, that's when they will lose 1 hit point. Each player will start with 2 hit points. When the player loses their second hit point, that will be the equivalent of the Jenga tower being knocked over. Now, when the tower is knocked over in a live game, or when someone loses their second hit point here, that's going to be the scene when our characters will meet a grisly and gruesome demise, and I get to flex my narrative power on how we can end them. Once we've had that wonderful death scene, we will reset with a whole brand new set of numbers for our survivors, and we'll keep going. And we'll continue on. Nobody regenerates hit points, everybody stays right where they are, but they do get a new set of 90 numbers and a little bit of breathing room. So just to review that, everyone is sharing the same 90 set of numbers, everyone has 2 hit points. As long as you don't repeat a number, you're successful. If you repeat, you lose 1 hit point. The players have the option to refuse a roll. But if they refuse a roll, they're going to suffer the consequences that pull or roll was supposed to represent. So for example, if I ask them to roll to jump over a gorge to get away from an axe-wielding maniac, and they refuse to make that roll, they're still on the same side of the gorge as the axe-wielding maniac, and they'll have to find another way to get away from him. If the players would like to be extra alert or defend themselves, they can let me know that they think something's about to get them, and they can roll to be extra alert or aware. I think that axe murderer is behind that door, and if I walk through it, he's going to get me. I'll have them make a roll, and if that axe murderer is there, his first attack will miss, and they'll get the first counterattack. Finally, if someone would like to find something that's reasonable in the area that I describe in my narration, they can negotiate for something that I didn't describe to exist in our world. For example, if the party comes across an abandoned gas station, they say, I'd like to find a gun under the counter of an abandoned gas station. That's reasonable to find, so we would negotiate for 2 or 3 polls in order for a gun to be found. Same case if they wanted a fire escape, if I hadn't described a fire escape. We would negotiate for a number of polls for something reasonable to be added into a scene that I hadn't already described. Our final rule for tonight is our noble sacrifice rule. If at any time the player thinks it would be literally appropriate for their character to sacrifice themselves, they can simply let me know that they want to do a noble sacrifice. In a face-to-face game, this would be represented by someone reaching over and knocking over the tower. This would give a large narrative reprieve for everybody, for all of our survivors. And if we're in the third act or towards the end of the game, that will launch them all the way through to the end, and the mission will be successful and will wrap up. If we're not near the end, you would rebuild the tower, or in our case, reset the pool of 90 numbers, and we'll keep going with our survivors until we get to the end of the story. Now, I am all the bad guys, but I am not a complete bad guy. If someone accidentally loses both of their hit points early in our game, we'll continue to have them voice their character and make decisions. We just won't have them make any more rolls. Because unfortunately, I can only kill them once. Or can I?
Is it Shadow?
All right. With all those rules being covered, players, do I have any questions? All right. Looks like they're ready to go. All right. Well, they've already created their characters, so let me invite you to get comfy in your seats, and I welcome people of all persuasions. Turn on the stage lights of the theater of your mind, sharpen your axes, come to grips with your phobia, and get ready to chase some ghosts, because it's time for some dread. So tonight we'll be traveling to a particularly favorite setting of mine. Hopefully the designers, Catalyst Games, and other great content creators won't mind us borrowing a page and writing a chapter of Shadowrun, a particularly favorite game of mine. Check them out. It's a wonderful role-playing system. Catalyst, please allow us to borrow some of your history and wonderful role-playing for our evening tonight.
Just a brief note. I'm going to interject that Catalyst is a licensee of the Topps company.
Wonderful playing cards, years of baseball, and an excellent company as well. Our hats off to Topps as well. Hopefully we've covered our bases and we'll get a little lenience from them. All right. Well, tonight, as I said, we're going to be telling a story in the Shadowrun setting. So it might be time to reach out and meet all of our players tonight. So players, go ahead and introduce yourselves and just introduce your character's name and kind of their archetype. We'll do a full description of them and everything when you actually meet up. So just go around the table, introduce yourself. If you have a quick plug that you need, and then say the name and the archetype of your character.
Okay, great. I'm Brad Kelly, and my character is his handle is Quicks. I imagine that's how everyone knows everybody through handles. Quick plug: Midwest Game Fest's coming this December 7th through the 10th online, and in person next April, the 18th through the 21st of April 2024 in person. So FYI.
And you're playing Quicks. What was your archetype?
Oh, Quicks is the team's hacker.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm Greg Willis. Everybody knows me as Tempest, and I am a mage.
Tempest.
All right.
Love that.
Isaac, if you'd like to be next.
Okay, I am Deck. I am the drone operator.
All right, which one of us is going next then?
It'll be
You
I guess
spoke
I
up.
will.
Go right ahead.
I'm Laura Wolf. I handle the Carcosa, as in Dark Carcosa, and I am the team's fighter.
Hand-to-hand melee.
And
Yes.
last but not
Okay.
least,
I'm Chris, and I'm going to be playing the sniper, And yeah.
Can-
The Reaper.
Ooh. The is you have to say the.
Actually, he's gonna go on and on about his story.
But we can't just say, "Hey Reaper, get in here." It's got to be, "Hey the Reaper, get in here."
The Reaper,
The
exactly.
Reaper. All right.
All right. Well, these fine players are entering into our world of the shadows, where megacorps. If you are not familiar with the setting, Shadow World is set in the distant future, where nations and nationalities have fallen, and corporations have come in and become the new nations. You no longer are a citizen of a country; you are a citizen of a company. They issue you an identification, living quarters, and pretty much dominate your life, as well as making their own rules to sit to their own little fiefdoms. As these corporations have gotten bigger and become multi-trillion-dollar enterprises, they tend to carry out covert ops against each other. Not wanting to use their own employees, they go to more disposable assets. So they turn to the shadows, to the unidentified, the people with no identification, or street gangs or independent contractors, in order to carry out various operations against each corporation, one against the other. So that's where our Shadowrunners come in. Shadowrunners would be the deniable assets that these companies would hire in order to steal secrets or cause sabotage or make ad campaigns against with bad press. For some reason, that word's not coming to me. So we would hire these Shadowrunners in order to do those for deniable assets. So tonight, our players are playing those Shadowrunners, those deniable assets. They are going to be reached out by. They've all got a common fixer. A fixer is an individual who finds Shadowrunners jobs and is the bridge between the corporation and the deniable assets, the mercenaries. So each one of these players, all of you, I haven't told. Surprise! All of you have a fixer by the name of Toothpaste. Toothpaste has reached out to you and has let you know that he has got a run for you. He's let you know that you are to meet Mr. Johnson at the tofu and soy bar. What is the Brad? What's a good name for a bar for everyone to meet at tonight?
Oh Lord, have mercy. In universe or
Sounds good. Sounds good. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. There you go.
Lord have mercy. Excellent.
This game writes
You've all been
itself.
invited to meet Mr. Johnson at the Lord have mercy tofu and noodle bar. There's a little. It's for somebody took the flying spaghetti monster icon and put it into like a white robe, and he's holding out a prophetic bowl of noodles in order. So heavenly noodles from what was our bar's name again?
Lord
have mercy. Tofu
Lord have
and
mercy.
noodle bar.
Lord have
We're
mercy,
gonna
noodle
need
bar. So Toothpaste has reached out to all of you and says that he's got a high-paying Johnson who's offering, can't beat the new yen, easy little milk run. It's a data steal, in, out, grab the data.
We're all doomed.
Yep. The Johnson
call it
says
a milk run and it's
Our
over.
fixer calls it a milk run.
he doesn't call it a milk run, but he says the Johnson says don't invite anybody who's lactose intolerant.
Oh my god.
Right.
Hashtag facepalm.
One of them needs to be slapped with a brick.
So you all get the time. So it's probably like let's say it's a Thursday night. Probably the meet time is something uncomfortable for most corporate people. So probably about like 11:30 at night. So just before midnight, Thursday at the Lord Have Mercy Noodle Bar. It's probably somewhere downtown, kind of nondescript, neutral zone for corporations, so to speak. So who would like to be the first person to show up to Lord Have Mercy?
I'll show up.
Sure. So
Basically, just so you know, I'm kind of dressed in an Indian motif-like leathers. A lot of fringes and that kind of stuff. Kind of a darker brown. Got long hair. Got feathers in my hair. And I actually drive up on a Harley that also is decked out in Indian motif. So I go to the door. I see. I'm here to see. Now, would we normally go to see toothpaste, or would we?
You're meeting Mr. Johnson.
We're there for Mr. Johnson.
Okay, I'm here to see Mr. Johnson. I have a meeting with him at 11:30.
Yes. And your name?
Tempest.
I have you here. One moment. Let me escort. And it's a, Lord have mercy is a decent place. It looks. They have options for like real food and soy food. You can take your pick depending on your budget. So it's somewhere in the middle. Decent little place. He escorts you back to a private booth. It doesn't. They have very heavy curtains and a white noise generator on the table, but not like an actual door. When you get there and you are seated, it's a large kind of like corner booth kind of thing, but the booth is facing like a large projection screen monitor, and you don't see Mr. Johnson there. It's not unheard of for runners to sometimes show up to places like this, and then the Mr. Johnson will just telephone in on the screen. So you suspect that's probably what's going to happen. So you can take your seat, and he's like, "Can I get you anything started to drink?" And your waitress will be around to take any orders.
Give me some heavy fire water.
Understood. So you want me to list the drinks that we set on fire, or just looking for a strong spirit?
Very strong.
All right. Just so you know, Mr. Johnson has already put a corporate card on the account, so if there is anything else that I can bring for you... I suspected it might be such. All right. 2 strong spirits for the discerning gentleman. Your waitress will be around in just a moment. And he goes off to issue the next one. When your waitress comes around, so in the Lord Have Mercy bar, all of their employees dress as various deities of any pantheon they like. So you see a guy who's dressed as Zeus walk by it, with like a couple of bowls of noodles in his hand, and then somebody walks by as Hermes, and somebody walks by, as is it Set? I believe it Egyptian god Set. Yeah. So just various different.
I get the gist.
Right, somebody with extra rubber arms doing one of the Hindu gods. So all the employees are enjoying themselves, dressing up as various deities and serving everybody at the Lord Have Mercy bar. Who is next to join us?
I think Deck will go next.
Okay, so remind
the drone operator. So are you saying duck or deck?
Deck.
Deck.
Not
okay.
duck.
I typed duck.
Okay.
So
I had a different name down for you, but I will. Deck is fine.
And Greg, are you Tempest or Tempest?
Like a storm.
Okay,
like the storm. Yeah, Tempest like the storm.
Beautiful.
All right, so Deck, go ahead and introduce yourself. Give us a little bit of a description.
All right, coming in by cab. I'm just dressed in the usual clothes, just that I'm in a cloak or a raincoat, I should say, more if anything else. Look very normal, nothing special. Look like an average person that blends in.
With a box full of drones on his shoulders.
The drones you don't see the drones. Definitely not the other small ones on me.
I assume a couple small ones are probably in your pocket just in case, but yep.
Yeah, a couple hundred of those there.
Yep. The maitre d' is there, and he goes, "How may I help you, sir?"
Yeah, I'm supposed to see Mr. Johnson here.
Yes, and your name?
Deck.
Right this way, Mr. Deck. He escorts you back. As you're, crossing an intersection, you're almost, someone who's dressed up as Hermes and on on rollerblades, like, comes darting by and almost, "Sorry, sir," and just keeps going to whatever table he's at. You come in. He escorts you to the corner booth. Again, large TV screen for the Mr. Johnson to teleconference in, and you see our street mage, Tempest, already there. Probably finished one whiskey already and is already starting to sip and enjoy the second one.
Absolutely.
Can I get you anything to start? Mr. Johnson has put a corporate card on the account, so anything that you would like.
What's your most expensive drink?
Just the one?
No, the bottle.
All right. I'll bring up some of our As Technology champagne. I'll be right with you. So that'll be brought out a few moments later.
As technology
Nothing
champagne.
like a little blood magic sprinkled around into the champagne.
Exactly.
I'm asking for the double special, so so I'm sure.
El Diablo.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what rosé is supposed to look like.
All right. Set you down. Of course, you can interact with the augmented reality menu and order anything you'd like, and it'll be brought to the table rather quickly. Who is next to show up?
The Reaper.
All right. In walks the Reaper. What do we see as the doors open?
Very stylish head wrap. I can only see the eyes. Other than that, he has a duster on, and yeah, nothing really obvious other than that. I'm here to see the Johnson.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. I do have a list for Mr. Johnson's guests. Which one are you?
The Reaper.
Excellent. Follow me this way,
Has
Mr.
a
the
card.
Reaper.
It says the Reaper.
The
T.
Reaper.
Reaper.
That's right.
That old Bozo T clown joke is coming to my mind. He escorts you back where you find our drone pilot and our street mage. Once again, anything I can bring you to drink, sir?
A water.
Wants to be sharp.
Surprising choice, but right away. Some of Seattle's finest.
Taking a page from Score here.
Yeah, fair.
Maitre d' will walk back. Who is our second to last?
I'll show up.
All right.
I look like I just came from the gym. I've kind of just exercise leggings on, t-shirt, leather jacket with kind of an odd yellow symbol drawn on the back.
The maitre d' says, "Good evening, ma'am. I'm sensing a bit of a theme. Are you looking for a Mr. Johnson?"
Yes,
Right this. And your name?
Carcosa.
Right this way. And he escorts you back. Can we get you anything to drink?
Sure, I'll take a whiskey.
All right. Just the one glass? Mr. Johnson has put a corporate card on the account.
It depends on how these gentlemen are.
Well, you already see one bottle of champagne, and probably Tempest is probably working on his third glass of whiskey
Or
himself.
four by now, I mean, you know.
Sure.
I'm fine for now.
All right.
We'll see how the evening goes.
Our waitress will be around to bring any orders or anything. He'll return to the front, and our last but not least.
Oh,
Actually,
he
real
definitely
quick,
Sure.
I will say, Tempest, please, slow it down. We are going to be on a job soon.
I am going slow. What do you want? You know me.
That's the problem.
I should be on my 5th bottle by now.
It's the picture of moderation.
Absolutely.
So I will be the last to arrive, and en route, I would have called up floor plans for the building and exits, and maybe put in a back door, to their internet connection and to their host and that sort of thing, and would have checked out the menu, and I would have done all this while my car was auto driving me down here, at a leisurely, got my feet up on the dash and that sort of thing, and so I come in, 20-ish, so young depending on your perspective, and he's kind of thin and raily, and got kind of a mop of red hair on his head, circular glasses, and has a penchant for wearing this sort of really loud scarf, long scarf around his neck. And he comes in and says, "Looking for the Johnson party."
Are you right in the middle of him saying, "Good evening, sir"? Johnson party it is. And who may I say is you might be on the list?
Quicks.
Quicks. Mr. Quicks, right this
Just
way.
Quicks.
Quicks. Right this way, of course.
Yes. Excellent.
Escort you back, and you find our motley crew. Now, if any of our audience is unfamiliar with Shadowrun, in Shadowrun we also have various races and ethnicities, such as like elves and orcs and dwarves. Is everyone human tonight, or are we sporting any other metahumans?
I'm an elf.
Okay.
Let me make a note
Tempest
of
is an elf.
that. Tempest is an elf.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't either.
Human.
Human for a Reaper?
Yep.
Oh, I'll go with night elf.
Ooh,
Night elf. All right.
somebody's always got to be the night elf. Okay.
Quite all
It
right.
might as well be me.
All right.
What about
So
Isaac?
it sounds like we've got a trio of humans, a pair of elves of some various flavors. Isaac, did you want to set any particular?
Various flavors too.
I don't know. I forget if Shadowrun had gnomes or not.
There
We
are
can have
They're
gnomes.
like a subvariant.
If you want to
of
know, if you want to
dwarves.
be a gnome, you could totally be a gnome.
I think I'll be a gnome.
Sure.
All right.
That's different. I like that.
A gnomish decker, an elven mage, an elven brawler, a human sniper, and a human decker or hacker. All right. This motley crew is gathered at the table. I will give you guys a few minutes to meet each other, introduce, ask any questions, and then give you a few minutes, and then Mr. Johnson will come in and introduce himself.
And just to be clear, we know each other maybe by reputation, but we haven't worked together.
I'm starting off with the assumption that you probably know a little bit about each other by reputation, but if you would like to have done some jobs, done some runs together, you certainly can do that. Just establish that now. But
Yeah.
at the very least, by reputation.
Gotcha. Well, I know it sounds like Reaper knows Tempest at least.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I kind of want to. We've done one or two jobs before, and he knows how. We'll say tipsy. I have been known to become in the past.
Hey, it's great to see some of you I've met before. I honestly, whoever's running this op had this place locked down, rock solid. I could not get any information about who the team was going to be. So, Mr. Johnson, I look up at the ceiling looking for a camera, and I clap. Well done, good OPSEC. I'm Quicks. Some of you know me. I'm the team's Matrix asset.
I don't know. I thought you were not going to be human. I thought you were going to be some sort of rabbit. But
He does not get the reference. I was like, what? Rabbit? No.
It has been a number of years since that
yes,
Yeah.
particular icon has crested a corporation.
Real milk. Oh my goodness. Guy in the corner will start unwrapping his face and says,
He unwraps his face. He's going to show us
"Yeah,
what he looks like?
unwraps the
Yeah,
wrapping."
unwrap.
Oh, I know, but we're going to see what you look like?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
did you ask permission first? Because maybe we want to see it.
So I'm going to give a little, let's see here. I'm just going to read off what my answer was to his thing. Actually, let me synopsize here.
Yeah, well, he's looking that up. Yeah, everyone had a
actually-
different questionnaire, and as much of your secrets that you'd like to share, you can share. But if you'd like to keep things secret, you can keep all your secrets to yourself. It's entirely up to you and your character's disposition. And you were saying?
So all of you would know on April 1st of 2017, there was a video that went out, got leaked apparently, of two shadow runners. One getting just knocked, shot in the middle of the head. One shot. He was known as the White Death. He was a renowned assassin, one of the best assassins in the world. And the feed also showed another man who would later be known as the Reaper, the man who killed one of the most feared assassins in the world.
Did he have his face wrapped at the time in the video?
No, because they actually both lost their helmets. It was very odd. Their faces were shown.
Are they the same person?
No, they are not. That'd be 2 of them.
They could be even
But anyway,
twins.
yeah, this guy unwraps his face, and yeah, it's that guy.
He's not like
so he's a
horribly
little-
disfigured. He's just
No.
like a dude.
No, he just hides his face apparently because he was known to the world at one moment, and maybe he doesn't like to be known all the time.
Nothing like hiding your identity by completely wrapping your face
Yeah,
in
no
fabric.
one's gonna.
That's
You don't
very
stand out
subtle.
at all. It's very
No,
subtle.
nothing odd. Nothing odd at all. He just doesn't want to end the same way his father did.
Well, I'm sort of staring at you as you unwrap your face, like expecting some gruesome thing, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh,
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm disappointed. Yeah.
What a letdown.
I've seen it before, so it's no.
Get my comm link, take a picture.
I'm the
Can't take a
Reaper.
selfie?
I'm the Reaper, and I think my reputation precedes me.
You're the Reaper. Right. I'm doing something in AR.
It's like I've never heard of that. What was that? Was before my
Is that
time.
like 2 E's, or is that how do you?
REAPER, young one.
It is if you spell it wrong.
It just autocorrect anyway, so it's.
Okay, and
Other reactions, I think, right? This is what we're looking for, or something like
Yeah,
that.
any before Mr. Johnson comes in, if anybody wants, if you want to check in or introduce yourself or kind of check why, just giving a chance for the characters to interact before you get the actual assignment.
Well, I'm trying to order the double special in this place.
No problem at all.
I didn't even look for the menu. I just asked for it. Yeah.
Ah. Sure, you hail one of the waitresses. She's dressed up like Medusa. She's got little fiber optic snakes that are coming around off of her hair, and so she's like, "Double special, sure. Put it right on your tab." And
Wait, you're not a god.
she just backs away. Oh, she does one of these.
You're not either.
But for each of her snakes or just her eyes?
Takes about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say since it's like fiber optic, maybe like in AR. If anyone's looking in AR, like all the fiber optic snakes like grow AR arms. So yeah, you're getting this from.
Either that or forked tongue comes out and goes.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to do everything I can to get this bar in canon. So just saying, so I love this.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, and like I
There's
said, I'm when she does that, all that goes on. I'm getting ready to take a sip of the 5th drink, and I'm like, I look kind of weird at her. I'm like,
You just slow
Sit
down.
it back, yeah, sit it back down. I'm like, oh no,
Maybe we've reached enough.
yeah, I think that's my limit. Uh-huh.
Thank
Don't
you,
worry,
Quicks, as I take your bottle.
don't worry, Tempest. We saw the same thing
Or
you
Tempest.
did. I think.
Yeah.
Anybody want this bottle of champagne? I only ordered for this most expensive item, but I was disappointed that it was champagne.
Yeah.
Icky. There should be someone here dressed as Gozer.
That makes
the
sense,
cook
yeah.
In the back is Gozer.
Is Gozer actually a god or not? I thought Gozer was just a servant.
Medusa isn't, but that didn't stop her.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Fair.
They're being liberal with the god theme.
It's a theme, not a rule. See?
Right. It's more like a
It's
guide.
a suggestion.
That's right.
It's a guy.
All right. Anything else? Any other character check-ins we want before? Otherwise, Mr. Johnson can come on in and offer you the job.
Boom.
All right.
Like I said, the only thing you guys know, I'm pretty good at banishing spirits or whatever.
You're
But
pretty good at dealing with spirits, yes.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
so
pretty
you're,
good.
you're
Oh, shit.
so you're in heaven here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, when I see Medusa, that was enough. I'm like, okay, been drinking. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't want any more of this.
Another waiter.
You know?
Another waiter walks by in like a classic, Satan, Lucifer, all red, pitchfork kind of classic Christian.
And that's fine. I don't get my.
Yeah.
It's just Medusa was like, oh no, the snake, no.
That was a step too far.
Pink elephants, those are all fine. It's just snakes moving around this woman's. No, that was just too much.
All right. Well, after you've all had a chance to order maybe a real plate of noodles, like a beef stroganoff or something, actual real beef, if you'd like, you get a little, incoming call, and you get like a 30-second countdown as the TV monitor comes in, and as the TV monitor finishes its countdown and comes on, you were expecting like maybe somebody sitting behind like a mahogany desk in like an office. Instead, you're treated to a cartoon meadow with various mushrooms and like little deer prancing in the background. And out from the side walks a little blue-skinned gremlin in a very expensive business suit, with his fingers tucked in his lapels or whatnot, and this little blue gremlin with no hair, giant airplane wing ears, walks over and takes his seat on a mushroom and goes, "Welcome, runners. I am Mr. Johnson. Pleasure to meet you. We require a various level of discretion for this particular run, and you've all been brought here for your various talents and your discretion. So, I promise you the offer is genuine. If as you've been no doubt enjoying the business card that was covering the food, I have it on good authority that Mr. Toothpaste said that you would all be predisposed to accepting under these kinds of conditions. I hope this is acceptable."
Okay, time out. Okay. This is the part where runners go off the rails. And I get to do it this time. I'm a runner.
Not a GM, yeah.
Okay. I hack.
Just remind you, we want to wrap up before midnight.
Okay, but so remember the back doors I put into the Matrix host here, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I am going to get into that TV through the host access to the TV, and I'm going to trace that signal back, and I'm going to trace it back to his origination point to track where Mr. Blue Goblin is actually broadcasting from, and all the onion routers between him and there, and boom, go. And I'm going to do that while he's talking.
You start that, and of course he's bouncing it off several satellites, and he's also got some people, some hackers and some deckers on his side that are going to try. But we're just going to, in the background, you're going to be slicing through those things and overcoming those obstacles and tracing that. And eventually, after we get through the negotiation, I will ask you for a roll, and you will get some information that you're looking for. So you're doing that in the background, and at the end of the negotiation, you'll get that last little bit, and I'll have you do a roll, and we'll get you that information after the negotiation.
Boom.
Okay, cool. But that'll give you some time to get that done and be playing out in the background. So, in the Matrix, there's furious hacking and cyber slicing and cutting through ice and various protections and encryptions going on. So we can kind of see Quix's eyes kind of going back and forth a little bit.
It's mostly automated.
Okay.
It's mostly boop because I prepped this.
Yeah, like I said, I was going to wonder about that. If we see him kind of, and I kind of get that look like he's doing it again.
He's doing the thing. He's not going to find out where he's at. He knows he's not going to find out.
Well, thank you all for taking my my invitation. Please avail yourself of anything on the menu that you like for tonight. But what I am reaching out for you today is Aaron's going to call a timeout because he forgot to do part of his research. Somebody tell me what would be a lucrative amount of money for a shadow run.
5,000.
30K a piece.
Sure.
I have no idea.
30K a piece. There's not that much money in the world.
I suspect I might be having my leg pulled. So how about we call it 10?
Okay, 5
Fine,
to 10
fine.
is about what?
10 is still a big chunk.
10 is very generous. All right, and of course, you'll do the typical Shadowrun thing and probably try to negotiate for more, I imagine. But so coming back to our blue goblin sitting on his little mushroom. So tonight I would like to invite you to a small data reclamation. We had a particular code breaker who is in our employment who is no longer. It appears another corporation, by hook or by crook, has acquired him. He was working on a particularly ingenious code breaking slicing system for us, and we'd like to hire you for 10,000 new yen apiece. If you can, mostly we want to reclaim the program. But in reclaiming the program, we would like you to turn over all copies of it, as well as either any device that it was stored on, either turn that over to us or have it be destroyed. So some simple video proof that it was destroyed, or if it's something portable that you wish to bring back anything that's housed this data and bring back the program itself. If you are able to bring back the technician, alive would be preferable. There could be a bonus there. The slicer's
Reaper.
name. The slicer's name. He is a dwarf by the name of Sure Hands is his handle. Michael Montgomery is on his sin. Michael Montgomery, Sure Hands. If you can reclaim him, and he'll show a picture, just looks like, dwarf, probably, start middle-aged, slightly starting to gray a little bit, some wrinkles, fairly nondescript. So yes, if you're able to recover him in whatever state you find him, anything that's held his program, and bring that program back to us, that would be greatly appreciated. Mr. Montgomery was not particularly creative in his program name, and he simply called it Hot Knife.
Yeah,
That sounds like something you'd buy from Ronco.
Hot Knife TM. I got a question just to clarify something. So part of my background involves this person, and I had.
I think you were involved in a different person.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
Or was it this person? Let me check. Oh, I had a different name. Let me check your. You might be correct. I made a name up on the fly.
Well, that's okay because
I'm looking for.
I was immediately curious
Oh,
if that was an
you're
alias for the person.
Nope. You're absolutely right. I apologize. I need to retcon that. Because I had a name for that person. Yes, Quix, you do recognize it. So it can still be a dwarf, just a different name. The individual's name is Lance Quellen, and he goes by the handle Sword.
And as written, which we can do whatever.
Sure.
The codebreaker identifies as female.
Okay. Laura
Lance works.
Quellen.
I don't care.
Laura.
There you go. That's gonna be confusing.
Yes,
Oh.
a little bit.
Lisa Quellen. We'll just keep using L's. I'll get through an L that'll work. So yes, he shows a picture of a dwarf and he says, "This is the particular slicer. Her name is Lisa Quellen. She goes by the handle of Sword. So if you can recover her, that would be greatly appreciated. And then of course, the code or anything the code has been in, either destroyed or returned."
What's the bonus for her?
An extra 5,000 alive, 2,500 in other conditions.
Each. Gotcha.
Correct.
Other conditions. It's
We're
kind of
sitting
a
over here.
binary
How
kind
many
of
pieces
thing, right?
is acceptable for
It
her
is-
to come back?
It is the 33rd century. There are various ways that one can find themselves, various states of being, and
Not actually alive. Fair.
but not dead.
Yep. All right, beautiful.
Well, I mean, after all, we have artificial intelligences that are pushing for acknowledgement and sins. We have people with the blood immunity deficiency trying to, there are many, many conditions one can find themselves in our day and age.
One can find them. Speaking of cyber zombies, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If you find these terms agreeable, and like the little goblin like reaches down, like pulls off a piece of the mushroom and like starts eating it. If you find these terms agreeable, I can share with you some additional information on where you can find the potential facility he might be in, and continue to answer your questions. If these terms aren't to your liking, thank you so much. Enjoy the meal, and we will endeavor to find some other more industrious individuals.
My only question, is it a female or a male dwarf that identifies himself with the female name? I mean, I want to know if it's a male or female, actually.
I knew Sword as a female dwarf.
Okay.
So Quick says that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
When she was in our employment, that is how she completed her registration as well.
Okay. All right.
You look. This is his name's Johnson, right? We don't know his real name. Okay.
Right, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah. This is new.
Little
to me,
blue
'cause
goblin.
I'm not on this end of the table forever. Mr. Johnson, I got to tell you, this doesn't sound bad, but I think you should know that on my last job, I did receive 20,000 new in compensation, and by the way, half of that was upfront. So, just saying, I can't speak for everyone here, but you're paying for the best.
I agree with Quicks because there are expenses, and that 10,000 doesn't cover the expenses on that part.
I think I might smell our. I don't think anybody was a face particular. So, if someone would like to, we'll just start off nice and slow. If someone would like to make one roll to try to negotiate, let's do this. I will offer $2,500 upfront additional for every roll you'd like to make. So an additional $2,500
Fucking
upfront.
I'll do
additional
one.
for every roll.
Yeah, I'll do one too.
Sure.
Come on, everybody.
Yes.
Well, sure. I'll do one. I'll...
Good job, Aaron.
The greed begins.
We're not even out of the meat yet. We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So anybody who would like
that death.
No, I can pay for the medical support then.
Those of you who are watching us at home, we are rolling in a chat. Some of our individual players are rolling physical dice, and we'll be calling out the results. So our first result is a 14. And I see a couple of other...
Sorry.
Yeah, throw an R in there.
I was trying to use the Arlo roll, right? Wasn't there?
It'll be slash, and then it'll pop up with some choices, and you can choose roll, and then it's 1d90 or d90.
Yeah, but I thought there was a way. Oh, I know what to do. Okay.
Exclamation R
Yeah, I forgot.
is
that
what
one.
you're looking for.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let me try that then.
Huh, interesting. That's not what I...
Yeah.
And a
There.
4.
Yeah, Brad, I'm using that because I can just cut and paste it in.
Oh, there. Okay, there I got a result. Oh, that's not looking good.
And a 17. All right. So we've got 3 rolls so far. So we're up to 7,500, if I'm not mistaken, if my math is holding. All right. If those are all of our rolls, yeah, Mr. Johnson cuts in. He's like, that is a good. I could offer an additional 5,000 up front, and then somebody else chimes in with like, oh, but what about, we're gonna need to buy some gear. We'll need to, pay for some informants. He's like, we might be pushing, Mr. Johnson says, we might be pushing the limits of my budget. Corporations do have a limited bank account. How does an additional 7,500 upfront in cash work for all of you individuals?
I can, it's doable, yeah.
I can
During
handle
these
that.
negotiations, the Reaper has been doing some stuff in AR, obviously.
Sure.
You said 7,500.
Anything? Yeah, an additional 7,500 in cash. Anything in particular you need to let me know, or he's just making some preparations and contacting some people?
Yep.
Okay.
Contacting some people, it's within my questionnaire.
Understood.
He'll
Linking
release that information shortly.
Yep, roping that in. I know exactly what you're talking about. Perfect. Yep. So yes, let me contact. Pardon me for a moment. You see him like reach down and like he picks up like another mushroom that's on the ground and like brings it up like a telephone and places an order with a delivery service. And says, yes, in about 15 minutes there should be a courier come, and he should have a cred stick for each of you with the agreed upon amount. With that being said, if we are all in agreement and you've accepted, we believe that he may be being held she, Lisa Quick's sword, might be being held in a research facility, some data storage, data transfer company by the name of Bits and Bytes. And he...
Keep going.
Go ahead.
I have a question when you're done.
May be currently located in a corporation by the name of Bits and Bytes. Gives you an address. The address is like in some industrial park. Pulls up a schematic. Not a schematic, because that's being handled in other ways. So I would look if you can get that location and check there. We have reason to believe that they would all either be there or have recently been there, and you should be able to locate them. And unless you have any other questions, I don't know if there's much more that I can provide for you.
So when we get her and the data and any devices, how do we contact you?
You can contact my assistant here, and I will, and then a comlink code, a telephone code, is displayed across the bottom. Simply call there, and my assistant Bruno will be able to direct a pickup.
Good old Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Is this the Fight Club?
Ba-dum-bum.
Mr. Bruno does run a fight club. Now that I speak, now that I think about it,
This game makes it so.
he rarely talks about it.
No. What a thought. Okay.
All right. Well, if there aren't any other particular questions for me, I would bid you a good night, and I look forward to seeing you, hearing from you shortly.
All right, Toodles.
Enjoy your dinner. And the screen goes out. So, Quicks, you were slicing into that communication. So, if you would like to give me, let's see, what particularly are you looking for? Are you looking for anything specific? Trying to find out who he is,
His location.
or just his location? Are you just trying to find out like the company?
No, like where he is, like on the Earth. Well, or
Where he was
space.
transmitting
Yeah,
from.
where he's transmitting from.
Sure. You just want to physically be able to, you don't like, or are you trying to figure out what corporation it is? Like,
Well, the information could reveal what corporation it is. Like if he's, for example, in the basement of the Technology Pyramid, that would tell me something. And plus, we have to cancel this job. But
fair enough. So it sounds
if
like
he's in
his
Europe
location,
in a tea bar or something, then
his location and his employer sounds good.
Okay, great.
If that's all the information that you are wanting, for that I would give that to you for one roll. Trying to. Is there anything else that I can tempt
That's
you
easy.
with for more? Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's something I can tempt you with for more.
Well, how about
I don't. Oh, go. Absolutely. If you have an idea, or if anybody has any ideas, chime in. But I'd give you that for one roll.
I'll take the one. Let's see what
Okay.
It's gonna come up with Smurf Village.
All right.
.com. Okay, 71.
So- Yep. I check my notes, make sure I don't get these confused. All right. So as you're like slicing the communication, and you're able to peel away all of the obviously all the assets that have been layered over top of it, the mushroom fields and the goblin and everything, you end up getting a rather bland, like human gentleman who's in a business suit, like sitting at a mahogany desk, and it looks like they've carefully kind of sculpted the presentation of whatever the camera is that's facing him. So like the blinds are drawn and everything's kind of nondescript. So you're kind of looking over. You do a freeze frame of it, and you're looking over it, and you almost think you've got nothing. Like, oh man, everything is so bland. This could be anybody. There's not a nameplate. There's not any stationery, except behind him, like on a what are those counters or things? The table runners, the buffets is the only word I'm coming up with. Yeah. So behind him on a shelf on display, you see a 10-year service award, and you just catch the outline, and doing a reverse image search for that, you find out that it is Renraku.
Dun dun dun!
So, yeah, you scan down that image. It takes you a couple seconds, and yeah, you're almost ready to give up, and then you're like, wait, and you enhance, and it's got kind of a distinct shape and flair to it, and you're like, that is a 10-year service award for Renraku.
Well. Excellent. If Bob was here, if Bob was here, he would say, and that tells you what exactly?
Exactly. How is that useful for this?
How is that
run?
useful? Like, we don't know yet, Bob.
And and you did ask for the address, so it's coming from the corporate headquarters of Renraku in downtown Seattle.
So
Or
it's
wherever
not
they
Smurf
are in
Village,
Seattle.
it's Smurf Arcology.
Fair. We're in Seattle.
Yes, that was my intent.
Okay, boom, got it. All right. Well, I feel like that was very useful. I can't say how, but all right. I feel successful.
Your character is happy.
Right.
At the very least, it makes sense why they had a code breaker, a slicer, and why they want them back. Renraku being a more technology-driven.
Something else he said was that the person is being held at a research facility at an industrial park, and I mean he basically said those words, and I just want to make sure that that was correct in universe. He said that. Okay, got it. Because when we were first talking about this, I kind of got the impression that this person ran or quit or double-crossed him or whatever. So some type of extraction, a hostile. So this person might want to come back.
Mr. Johnson left you with the impression that it might have been a little bit more hostile, but he might have also been very carefully crafting his narrative.
Yeah, I should have asked for a clarifying question. I forgot. I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah, Bruno's number.
I mean, you wish you could go to the address instead.
All right. Well, now you all can do your clandestine research and planning on how you're going to go about, when you're going to go about breaking into Bits and Bytes.
Gentlemen and lady, I have the blueprints for the facility. I have an individual who happens to work for a subsidiary.
Damn.
Good to know.
Damn, the Reaper. Is that
And
legit?
he throws that out in AR.
So popping up on an AR display is the first level of this research facility. I don't have a map because I'm not too terribly worried about it, but there's obviously like some some front offices. There's like a reception area. There's probably like a cafeteria, and then probably like some cubicle space, and then 2 or 3 server rooms. So it's got like 2 or 3 server rooms. This is definitely a place where they're doing some large data crunching. Your representative works on the first floor, but attached is a note that they have in the last couple of months installed a elevator to a basement. So there has been some underground work, but he's not authorized to go in those places and was able to get those. But they can't be too elaborate because they've only been added in like the last 3 to 6 months. So
It's one
How big,
story
you know-
with a new basement. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And I share that.
That's some
Uh,
quick
the-
work there, the Reaper.
Yeah. What's the plan?
What was that? I didn't catch that, Brad.
I said that's some quick work, the Reaper.
Oh, he's a good friend who wants a promotion. And assassinations happen.
What? What? What did
I
he
bought
just
him with his next job.
say? Don't need to know.
Oh.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh.
Okay, now.
I apologize.
Oh.
I need to retcon a little bit.
Oh.
I was just double checking my notes. I got caught up in a few things. So backtracking it back to when Mr. Johnson was giving you the information about your job. He also there was something else he wanted to add. As a personal favor, so back to Mr. Johnson, little blue goblin sitting on top of a mushroom. We need you to recover the data, anything that it's been in, and then if you can recover Mrs. Lisa Quellen. And as a personal favor, since we are an additional 7,500 new yen in, and actually as Mr. Johnson finishes the delivery, will come up with all the cred sticks. I wouldn't mind if you didn't embarrass the president of this Bits and Bytes corporation as well. And he throws up a picture of the CEO. It's an orc looking like he's got like a bunch of like teeth work and things on his teeth, and like sitting in like a suit, but the suit is like you can almost see a stitch like wanting to give out, and he's got big elaborate rings like, and he's like he's smoking a cigar, and like he's using like a motherboard of like a cyber deck to like he's lit on fire to light his cigar. So big pompous orc individual, and he shows the picture of him in his office. If you could embarrass this individual for me, I'll leave it up to your creative wares of how and when, but I would take that as a personal favor. And the reason why I needed to back up is sitting like suspended, hovering in like a 0G slightly revolving bell jar is a pendant of a cat. I believe that it looks like it's about ready to pounce, if I'm not correct. If I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So feel free how you would like to incriminate this person or embarrass him. But yeah, sitting on his desk like a little 0G bell jar is like rotating this cat pendant.
How are you supposed to embarrass someone who has photos like this floating around?
I hire only the most creative people to solve my problems, and I have full trust that you will find a way.
So just to be clear, just out of game for a second, he's expecting us just to do this out of the goodness of our heart for extra brownie points. Did I get that right?
Yes.
What?
He's a smurf. They don't make sense.
Ray paints some slurs in his office, or toilet paper it for all I care. Just shaving cream his leather chair.
That's not embarrassing.
All right, maybe some brownie
that's
points
just-
with
No.
Mr. Johnson will come in handy.
Okay. Well,
And then we'll finish negotiations. He'll offer any questions, and then he'll exit. And then Reaper has shown you the apologize for that backtrack.
Yeah, no worries.
Mr. The Reaper.
Mr. the Reaper, yes.
All right. Well, I know I have some research I want to do, but I don't want to talk first. I want to see what other people want to do.
Well, I was going to ask you what was the plan.
Like I said, I'm just basically when we get ready to leave, I do finish that last drink. You know,
Sure.
just down it.
Yeah,
But,
now we haven't seen Medusa for a while.
right, you know. But like I said, I don't want to waste any liquor on the table. Shit.
Well, no.
You know, so, well, I sit there and that last drink I had it already poured. I down it and
Yeah.
I'm good to go. When we do that, get to that point of leaving. Other than that, I'm just sitting there meditating and getting all my ducks in order and all that kind of stuff and all my other spells.
Gotcha.
And I will say and remind that at least 2 people have some information about timing. So about when would be the best time, or when you might, or how long you might want to wait to pull this job off.
Okay, on that one thing where I was talking about the thing that might happen, you know, the ley lines and all that.
Uh-huh.
How far away is that?
It could be, let's say, the next 72 hours.
Okay.
What's going to happen in 72 hours? Tempest?
Well,
No, it's happening now for the next 72 hours, to be clear.
Oh, okay.
You're in hour 3 of 72.
Okay. It's basically there is a convergence of ley lines that will increase my power at least 3-fold.
And our opponents as well.
No, it's
If they
highly,
know
it's
about
highly
it, yes.
personalized.
No, I don't know if they will know about it. This is something I've been studying. So I know
Lines
that
are
it will
fun.
increase my power 3 times. 3-fold.
And it'll only increase their power, their YouTuber, if they're still alive to use their abilities.
Well, that's the point.
Oh.
I hope they're not alive to, you know. But like I said, I don't know who else might have been following this convergence in this area.
Hey, I got to point out something. Full disclosure, right? Some of you may know this, but I'm a former Renraku wage slave, and back when I was a center, and you know, they've got a DNA sample and the whole biz, and I still have family in Renraku, so I just, you know, we need to be extra super clean, extra super careful. I will make it my personal mission that no one near me will be seen on camera, or I'll edit that stuff out, right? So I just, you know, think about quiet and cautious, not raising attention unless we need attention somewhere else. We don't want to get us caught.
I can make us kind of invisible to cameras and people.
All right, that could come in very handy.
I ask the groups. I can't think of the word.
While you're thinking right quick, Greg, your Leyline Mana event, if you would like it to be a little unknown, I'll sell that to you for 1 roll. If you would like no one but like your tradition, your coven, your clique to know about that, so only you guys know how to access it or how to manifest it, I'll sell that to you for 3. So 1 for
This
1 roll.
early in the deal, I'm going for the 3.
All right.
I was gonna say it's really early.
Yeah, I you know, I mean, this could be it, guys. I could be dead, but we're going for 3.
Sure. All right. And
Only
Mr.
I know.
Mr. the Reaper, you were saying?
I ask for a sense of urgency. I am a busy man, and I have another client on the line.
Damn,
I'd like to get this done tonight.
Mr. the Reaper
And
is in
you're-
high demand.
Yeah. Can you
Yes,
get
he
us in?
is.
This could take days to plan, Mr. the Reaper.
We already have the blueprints, and
You get the blueprints of the basement because I didn't see that.
Yeah. Do we have access cards? Can you get us
Yeah,
access cards?
you got that too, Mr. Reaper? I mean, Mr. the Reaper? Sorry.
that's
No
your
offense.
job.
Fair.
Yeah, that's one. Okay.
Let's see Greg's rolls, because if he's dead,
Yes,
that
I
changes
know.
things.
Yeah, that is true.
Again, if we do happen to get a death early, we'll keep them playing, restart the counter,
Try this again here.
and I will just have
Okay. See what,
one waiting in the wings.
see what
Oh, there we
happens.
go. Okay. You did. My
Holy
goodness, you did
shit
match
cakes.
71, 33, and
Yep.
Hey, I'm
And
just
he's
going to
gone.
point out. I'm just going to point out that that formula is wrong, and that he needs to redo it.
unfortunately not. All right, our first match all ready for Tempest. All right. As you let's see. I can't really think of any reason why. How would
He's
this?
drunk, for starters.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. Yep. We'll have that. So as you are expressing to everyone that there's going to be this ley line event and it'll be extra potent, you actually feel apparently whatever whiskey you were drinking, you feel a kick in, and you can actually start to feel your essence. I forget what they call. What do they call mana, or is it essence?
I don't really
Magic.
know. Magic. Yeah.
What's the point thing that you lose when you cyberware?
Oh, essence.
Essence.
It is essence.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had the right word. So yeah, you start to feel your essence actually kind of like lower. So like you lose a little bit of your essence. You lose a little bit of your humanity due to whatever that drink was spiked in. You can still cast, but you can just kind of feel that any magic that any boost or beneficial magic you try to cast on yourself is going to be a little harder because you've lost a little bit of temporary essence due to this drink.
Okay, so let's don't do anything right away, guys. I'm feeling a bit woozy. I can't believe that. Okay, I can see how this night's going now.
Going wonderfully already. All right, so we've got a secret mana event for our mage. We've got a layout. Any other discussion on approach?
So quick, you have any ideas what's going on in the building? Any way we can get access cards or something?
Yeah, so I've
Make-
got some research that I want to do that is mostly online. And I misstated something earlier, but I'm going to roll with it because we already stated it. So, fine. I would like to establish that Bits and Bytes is a subsidiary of Renraku.
No, I know who they're a subsidiary of.
Oh. Okay.
That could be a thing that you could research. I'm not
Well.
against telling you who it is.
Okay, so all right, so let me back up. Then I got to retcon what I said.
Sure.
Okay. I'm not a former sinner with. I'm not a former Renraku employee. I am a former Bits and Bytes or Bits
Employee.
and Bytes parent sinner. And if I'm ID'd for this, it would be bad. So I mean, we all need to be super careful doing this.
For you.
It would go bad for everybody.
So yeah,
The pain will be shared.
Quix is a former Bits and Bytes employee. Yep, and he's still got family there. Did anybody want to reach out to some contacts and try to find out who Bits and Bytes might be owned by?
No, I was thinking about I would go to the facility and try to get some of the drones. I can get the ears and eyes and bugs in there, and communicate that to Quix.
Backing up just for a second. Do I not know who their parent is?
You don't know yet,
Ooh, it's. Okay.
because if someone would like to either like to reach some
just to be
contacts,
clear-
reach out to
Just to be
family.
clear, I am afraid of Bits and Bytes. I don't know who their corporate.
That's right.
Their bigger fish is. I'm concerned about them specifically and what they will do. Okay, got it.
In some egregious violations of the terms of contract, employees disappeared, and that's more than enough to.
So my legwork is going to be getting floor plans for the basement, and if floor plans for the basement are not available through like the permitting office or things like that, which is always possible to run into a brick wall there, then I am going to try to hack the building itself, their host, and try to discern a floor plan from their own internal documentation about the floor plan, fire exit strategies, and
Sure.
the "you are here" posters and that kind
Sure.
of thing.
I will sell you that for 1 roll.
Well, it tells us how important that's going to be.
Or how quickly you're going to hit a roadblock.
Yeah.
There is some additional information. So, any other legwork or anything else that anyone else would like to look into? 28.
28.
I'm going out to the facility and going to release my roaches there to see if what they can help out and find.
Oh,
Well,
we have a reset too, right?
No. When someone dies, we reset.
Oh. He had a collision.
He did, but he didn't die. The Reaper was pushing for getting it done in the next 24 hours. So that can be the first stop after you guys leave the restaurant. And I think someone else had something that knew something about the time. I haven't heard them chime in yet. You do some looking into the various, pull some data plans, go into their host, try to get some information. You're able to find out that yes, there is a sub basement, or there is a basement. It looks like fairly straightforward, fairly simple because it was done on the quick. One very long corridor, and on each side are various surgical labs and data labs and it's obviously not labeled technomancer lab, but it's got all the data connections. It's right under the 3 servers. It's on the ground floor, so it's got all the wiring and piping and everything. If someone were to set up a technomancer lab, there's a technomancer lab, a surgical lab, and just like a regular hacking, slicing, computer farm kind of lab, and just a long hallway. And then it ends in another elevator that looks like it goes down to a sub basement, but you're not able to get a floor plan for the sub basement.
Okay, I present that to the team. I'm very curious about what you described as the Technomancer Lab. That is to say that they do research on Technomancers?
I mean, it's obviously not labeled that.
Or there are Technomancers there working.
You are Aaron, the person, doesn't know what the details would be that would lead you to believe that. But there are some indications, either the way things are laid out, or the specs, the specifications of that lab, that if one were to have hired 2 or 3 technomancers, this would be the kind of setup, this would be the kind of lab that you would have.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there's couches instead of computer equipment.
Yep.
So you tell us that there's a sub basement?
Yes, that tells you everything he just said.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a basement, long corridor, technomancer lab, computer lab, and surgical lab. Ends in another elevator, so that only accessible from the basement and going down to a sub basement. But he's not able to get any floor plans for the sub basement.
Let me check with my guy.
What about access to that second elevator? Can he figure out what that requires?
Looks like it's a voice recognition system.
Ooh.
I'll meet you guys out there. I'm gonna head over there and see if what these things can find out. Maybe if they can get onto the basement.
Just to know, what is everybody else driving? Because I don't know if I'm really any condition to drive my motorcycle home.
I'm driving a Mitsubishi Night Sky. There's room for another if you need.
There
if you
is
need
room. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to leave my bike with the what they call him, the
Sure. Valet.
that guy or girl, whichever, and I'll pick it up next week or whatever, on Tuesday or something.
Have it drive itself home.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that, but
All right.
So yeah, I'll hitch a ride as well,
Sure.
and I will get on my comp. Oh,
All right. Are we all heading over there then? Because that makes sense. I'd be happy to tag along as well. If we all went at the same time, that makes sense to me. So.
Well, I'm driving in your car then. Quick.
You're driving my car? That's not happening.
I'm driving with you in your
Okay,
car.
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like your car is actually, like you're actually doing any driving.
Yeah.
Smart car, probably.
Yeah.
But-
So I think this is a limousine. I think it's like a really nice stretch limousine.
Okay.
I may
Very inconspicuous.
I may have remembered the wrong car, but I think this is what this is.
That's what you intend.
Yes.
oh, okay, that's even better.
There's a bar
I can take
inside.
a-
You'll like
I can
that.
Take a nap. Well, no, I'm going to take a nap. I'm already feeling too tipsy.
Okay.
So
I don't want to mess up them words when I start casting magic now.
Oh god, we're gonna go to the
We're all
job
dead.
and our
We're
mage
all
is
fucking
sleeping
dead.
on the floor of the car.
I don't want to do like a fireball when I was trying to do the little spark.
Okay, it's Plan B. We have a distraction, and it's our mage.
Whether or not he knows he's the distraction or not.
Right, there we go. That's the story of my life.
All right, you all pile into Quix's Lincoln Town Car limousine esque. Well, I forget what it was already. A Night
Night
Sky.
Sky?
Yeah.
Mitsubishi.
Pile into the Night Sky and start heading over there. Reaper, you reach out to your contact, and he's like, "There's a sub basement." So he was unaware of that. He only knew there was a basement. So
yes, there is. I think you can do better.
Or perhaps I should visit you in person.
I thought you
No, wait.
wanted this job.
Oh,
Damn.
I do, but if I breach too many security protocols, I won't have a job.
Oh, arrangements can be made.
You're not gonna be
I'll see what I-
can happen.
I'll see what I can do. I'll be in touch.
Hey,
All right.
note to self: stay on the Reaper's good side. Although I already knew this, I'm making a special note.
And I think I wrote it down incorrectly. What is our brawler's name again?
Carcosa.
Carcosa. Carcosa, did you have anything to add about when the run should happen?
No, I don't think I have any particular
I-
information about it.
I think you do.
Oh,
I do not.
I disagree.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What is it in one of her note or her
It is
questions?
one of the questions.
Questionnaires.
Mhm.
Okay.
She might not be able to get to it quickly. She's on a tablet.
Oh, that's right. I'm trying to get to it myself. Da, 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 da. Where is?
Maybe you could just ask her the question and.
Yep, I'm trying to find that question right
Right.
now.
Okay.
Or
And
maybe I
then
have the wrong
that-
person. Maybe I have the wrong person. Oh, I think I have the wrong person. I think it is Deck.
Dun dun dun.
Uh-oh. Hey,
Deck
Deck,
will be
you
right
there?
back. You'll be right back.
After these messages.
I apologize, Carcosa. It was
Like-
Deck.
What does
Deck
the
is not
sword
giant.
fighter necessarily know about this? Nothing. That's what.
You were correct. You were indeed correct. All right.
So, yeah.
Any other legwork you want to do while we're waiting for Deck to get back? Because he was the one
Yeah.
that also wanted to try to release his drones.
I'll do my pulls to try to get him to tell me more info.
Okay. Let's see. What else? we're starting to reach the limits of the legwork that I had intended to give, but I always love
Welcome to the
to get
game.
more rolls.
Welcome to the game, Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I anticipated being in this position by about now. So I'm trying to figure out what additional information can be. Then I might be able to sell a little bit of information. I have to look because it was information that was given to me by. Yeah, for one roll, I think I have a little bit more information I can throw in there. Just checking. Deck, did you want to tell the party about anything that might Okay.
What did I have? I don't remember anything.
You had a question about the security of the facility.
That's well, it was a question. I was actually gonna try to bring the roaches in there for that.
No, I think
In your questionnaire.
In my deal, it said there will be a cutting edge security.
Yep, we covered that.
Right, that's what we covered.
Let me go back at that.
Yeah,
That
your second question might address the timing of this run. And then you put out a call to your drones and they start going to meet you at the facility. And then
see this swarm of roaches going down the side.
And Reaper made Reaper. Oh, thank you, Reaper. You made a match. You hit on 17. Appreciate that so much.
17's
nice.
Oh, well, at least there's 2 of us now that can die.
All right.
Short night.
Now I remember. So quick, do you know your CEO personally? Or does he know you personally?
We can just improv this and make this up. No, I don't. We can't make it up.
You don't know that CEO.
They changed hands. There was a hostile takeover.
Oh.
Things went sideways a few years ago. Long story. After I left, things got bad, and new management.
I just heard from 2B that there is a pet project by the CEO, and he has a new program that he's working on, and I think in the next 24 hours they're beefing up security. Well, maybe in this right now, actually.
So they currently have beefed up security because of this thing.
Okay. I think it's about to.
Back.
How much time do we have until you think?
Security is about to get tripled.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, shit.
Yeah,
We're definitely all going, and we're not going on
in the next 24 hours. Sorry, that's what B2 said.
next 24 hours.
Yeah, 2B said.
All right. Well, we got to get over there and do some research, but maybe we'll do the insertion tonight if we have all the gear we need. So, expedition is a plus here. So, all right.
People can call out to friends or
Expedient
family to deliver equipment. Like, hey, can you run by my place? Here's my security code. Grab the gray bag that's by the door. So yeah, you put out calls to friends and acquaintances or fixers to drop off, and so you can all have a meeting point at one of the what's the quick trip equivalent? It's
Stuffer Shack.
Stuffer Shack. So you can meet all your acquaintances and things at the local Stuffer Shack that's close by the facility to pick up all of your gear. So you're all fully geared. The Reaper. So yes, you reach out to your contact to try to get some information about the sub-basement. You do get. He does send you he does send you a file. Comes into your comm link. Open it up. Take a look at it. The sub-basement is just. It's about half the size of the basement, and it's all just one giant computer lab. So just all of the the highest tech, biggest a fourth server is down there, and there's there's an additional power line that isn't going to the facility. It's got its own dedicated industrial power line going to it, and you get. for just a brief moment, you get a picture of the person who's in charge of that facility, and it is a very handsome-looking elf. You don't get a name, but you get a picture of a very handsome elf, and then the data bomb goes off in that file and nukes your comlink. So you are now going to be. You can have a backup comlink delivered, but you're going to be without your primary comlink and number.
Gotcha.
So,
And do I end up with that information then, or not, or just my memory of it?
your memory, but what you remember is it was another computer facility that was about half the size of the basement, its own dedicated industrial power cord, a very handsome elf that was the facilitator, the director of that.
When you say dedicated, you sounded like there was a dedicated industrial line coming into the facility. Not that they have like a reactor on site or something like that. The power.
No,
is
not
still
a reactor
coming
on site.
So they're
No.
dependent on the power grid.
Yes, they're dependent on the power grid.
But
that
they've got
one-
some kind of backup, I'm sure. But
Yeah, that one lab has got it. Oh yeah, it's probably got a backup, but not a power plant.
Yeah.
It's not sustained, but not long-term function.
got it.
So, yeah,
Um,
as we're traveling,
Reaper,
I-
Mr. Reaper is.
Shit.
Is that smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah, you all get that distinct smell of fried circuitry.
Drek. Oh my.
Hey.
Ugh.
I
Look
wake
around
up.
the
thing on
What's
the
going
ground.
on?
Don't make the
Just
halon
got-
system go off.
It
We'll
just
all
got
die.
Bombed. Well, I just got some info before it got bombed.
Hey, look
so
at-
there is.
Look under the seat. There's another one.
Okay, thank you. So we got a handsome elf running the place, and
Narrow down anything.
I could describe him.
Yeah, you-
got it.
You loosely try to describe him, but it's not. It's a handsome elf, which is kind of like saying, a middle-aged white guy.
Hey, has he got long white hair?
That's a fair question. But again, there are too many. So
I know.
And it has its own dedicated power line. But it's a huge server room.
Computer
That's
lab,
it.
server room, research facility. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
all right.
Well, it's got to have air, so let's see how it gets it.
Fair enough. All right. So you guys all show up at the Stuffer Shack, have all your equipment delivered. Anything that's reasonable for your characters to have, of course, you will have. Does anybody need anything unusual? Does anybody want a rocket launcher or?
Yes. Oh, wait, no, there's a bull, right? Never mind.
Yes, if anything that would be kind of stretching the bounds. Now you are Shadowrunners, so if you want to tell me you have some restricted or possibly illegal firearms,
Well,
that's,
everyone brought their Panther assault cannon.
I mean,
I'll sell you a Panther assault cannon for rolls.
all I have as far as a weapon is I do have the whatever that the normal pistol thing.
An Ares
Sure.
Predator 6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, that's what I got. Just a basic.
Ares Predator.
Basic heavy
Yeah.
pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all my.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's inside my jacket.
I just want to make sure I got some rounds for taking them unconscious rather than killing them.
All I
Very
have is,
reasonable.
All I have is a taser that shoots taser darts.
K1 is just fully loaded, and obviously it's totally deadly, so no, I don't care.
Sounds good. All right. Well, if there aren't any extra special, anything that's reasonable, pistol, backup pistol, rifle, shotgun, all that's fine. Any kind of edged weapons, that's fine. Anything that would
I also got like a stiletto dagger
Yeah.
or whatever. But
tools
nothing-
of the trade.
I have
Yeah.
an electronics kit and some just that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. I suspect the street mage has got some reagents and some various.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, if no one's looking for any extra special gear, then tell me how you would like to approach your facility.
Well, is backup gear considered extra gear? Like
No,
backup. Like for me, I need backup drone controls in case.
that's fine.
Okay.
So let's park a few blocks away.
Yes,
That's
not
and I
parking in
can just
front
stay
of
in the car and do
it.
my thing, and you can stay in the car and do your drone thing.
Absolutely, sounds good.
Sure. Oh, so then if I stay in the car, you guys see. Well, let's see
We
this-
can see whatever you can see or send us via our comms and whatever.
And
Yeah.
nice.
So
Yeah.
who's going in to do what kind of research from outside the facility?
Well, I think he's snooping with his drones, is what his plan is.
Right, but he's.
right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out which one of the three. He gave me 3 different plans for 3 different drones. I'm trying to find out
Okay, yeah.
who's going in and how.
The roaches are going in, all 500 of them,
Okay.
Oh,
What?
damn.
looking for any way they can get in, either through the ventilation shaft, exhaust, or even sewer if they actually can get to that.
Okay. I'm mostly concerned with what are you trying to accomplish with them. So they're obviously going to be able to
Yeah.
find crawl up a sewer or go through or multiple entry points or crawling under
Right.
doors.
They can look at all the security. If they can cut security lines, that's fine. But their main purpose is to get down to the sub basement.
Okay.
And giving them the information that Ripper gave us for the plans. I'm already sending them out through that. 2B, which is the actually humanish looking robot, is the one that I guess I'm relaying through mostly because he can actually do it faster than I can.
Sure. Understood. Yeah, he talks binary, so he goes a little bit quicker. Yeah, so we see this little swarm of, about 500 of the little roach drones, and they start splitting up into like subgroups and infiltrating in various different ways. As they get in and they start like connecting to the system, you instructed what was it? 2B.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2B is the small android.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got a little android with him. There's a picture of it in the chat. It's probably about like 3. I'm thinking it's about 3 feet tall, and you're probably like 4 or probably like 3.5 feet tall. So it's almost as tall as you.
Yeah.
So 2B, this little android, he's like typing on a virtual keyboard and interfacing with them. You told him to cut the security. This facility has some redundancy and some backups that if you, just in case, say a bunch of Shadowrunners try to come in and infiltrate it, they have some countermeasures. If you would like 2B to realize that there are countermeasures, and it would be better to wire in and give you partial control and actually being able to see through the cameras rather than cutting them. If you'd like him to be able to realize that, I'd ask for 1 roll.
I'll do 1 roll.
Because he has to make some independent judgment. It's like, well, he told me to cut them, but if I cut them...
So part of this, because we're doing this in tandem, soon, and if I'm successful, I will be controlling the cameras and the doors and that sort of thing to allow your drones to go undetected or help them be undetected and unlock doors for them and things like that. So, we should coordinate.
Yeah, there's a little bit of overlap between you. So his roach drones go in. So they're basically saving you from having to like hack the host and like mark the host. They're just going to give you basically a wireless direct connect. So they're bypassing you having to mark and stealth into the host. So they go in, a couple of them plant and start transmitting back. Now Quix has got direct connect into their matrix, into their servers, and you guys are AR screens start blooping up, and you've got all the security cameras. Not surprising, there doesn't seem to be any security cameras that are on this matrix, this host, for the sub basement. But the cameras do see a second elevator in the basement going down.
I want to, at some point, and I want everybody to kind of get to do whatever, but at some point, I'm going to in addition to the security system, I want to hack the accounting system, like the payroll system, and get their personnel information. Try to figure out who's the handsome elf and that type. Because we're gonna have to impersonate this dude's voice to get into the basement. So looking for that kind of thing.
Okay.
Perhaps
Sounds good.
recordings.
Trying to get a voice sample of the.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think about that. Yeah. So give me. Let's see. Yeah, give me. Is that all you're trying to get? Is you're trying to get a voice sample for the down elevator?
Well, that it was personnel information in general. I'm curious about the security guard contingent. If there are, what are the guards? Are there guards here? Right.
Yes, there are guards on the payroll.
Are there metasapiens or hellhounds or like trying to get the footprint of the security that's here. And as part of all that, I want to identify the guy, and then I want to ideally find some voice information for this guy that we can cobble together and make a passive voice print.
And when we get close, I will go astral to notice if there's any spirits adding protection or anything on the security and so forth.
Yes. If Aaron is remembering correctly, there is a watcher spirit, which is basically just a guard dog spirit. Am I remembering correctly?
There's they changed a little bit between editions, but yes.
Well, we're in the edition that uses that. So yes, you do see some little spiritual eyeballs kind of floating around, just kind of keeping an astral, not very menacing, rather weak looking, like level 1 spirits, just kind of keeping an eyeball out, who more than likely will report back to somebody. Wix, as you go to get that, there is some information to find here for that kind of stuff. I'm going to put it at 1 roll, 3 rolls, and 5 rolls. Obviously, the more rolls, the more information.
How many rolls to get the dude's voice print?
That would be 5.
5?
Yeah, the voice print
That's
is the
suicide.
That's the thing I'm trying to hold on to a little bit, but I'm willing to give it for 5.
Could I share that, because I can say that the
Sure.
BB is helping out, and I can take
Absolutely
2 rolls.
Yeah, the BB's helping out.
Oh, so okay.
Well played, Isaac.
2.
Yeah.
And so, Brad, you got 3, and he's got 2, I guess.
I like that.
All right. I got it. I'm going first though.
Hold it before you start rolling. just so you know, Deck, if you happen to match, because it's kind of BB who's slaving in, if you happen to match on this roll, it's not going to kill 2B's AI, but it's going to fry enough circuits in 2B's robot body that he's not going to be able to coordinate. You're going to have to do it yourself. So you'll take 2B's AI offline if you happen to match for these rolls. Okay. That's going to be your consequence.
All right. I'm faster.
Okay, we got an 80. We've got a 67. We've got a 51. No matches so far. You're doing great on 3.
All right, Dick, you're up.
I got this. All right.
And then a 77 and a 28. 28 is a match.
Where do you see that? Where's that at?
I rolled that.
See a 28.
I did, above it.
Oh.
It just added them together.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, right under.
So which is the match? The 28? Is that what you
yeah,
said?
just the 28 was the one match. All right, and that was on Deck. All right. So yeah, you did the 5 rolls, so you get the upside is you get all the information.
Boom.
So yes, you do find out that fortunately in the evening there's only 1 mage on staff. So the two floating watch spirits are probably reporting back to that 1 mage. That 1 mage is covering multiple facilities. So about every 3 or 4 hours, an actual spirit comes by, like an air spirit comes by, to reinforce it. So they do have a spirit on call, but it's not right now. It's not here, but it may, once every 3 or 4 hours, it kind of shows up and does a flyby, checks in with the mage, see if it needs anything, and then goes back to another facility and just kind of keeps doing like a 3 or 4 hour circuit. Two level 1 Watcher spirits. Only one mage on facility. That was the no hellhounds, no meta beasts. That was 1 roll. For 2 rolls, you find out who Bits and Bytes is a subsidiary of. Or I'm sorry, for 3. The 3 rolls get you the subsidiary of Bits and Bytes. So you're taking a look at the personnel files and the organization and the structure of them. You start noticing a pattern in like how the filing system is labeled and how the pay distributions. Like, oh, pay distributions. And you go to the bank that routes all the paychecks, and when you go back to that bank, you figure out that this bank is about 85% the sole client of As Technology.
Fucking knew it. They
and
own Stuffer Shack too, by the way.
And for 5 rolls, what you get on the 5 is you do get the voice of the elf, and you can get some voice codes to be able to go past that voice recognition.
Great. I plug it into my AI agent that spits out a sentence using that person's voice. For no pulse.
You play it out loud?
No, just
Okay, I got you. I just wasn't sure if you'd like.
I'm getting the
played
work
it out
done
loud.
so that we can do it.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So you sample that recording, you got it. So yeah, you guys,
Boom.
You've got his voice pattern and his passcode. For whatever reason, he had his passcode on file because you made 5 pulls.
It was just encrypted.
Yeah. You ended up so to make it worth it and to show off Quick's prowess, you found a false file that had a data bomb on it, diffused that data bomb, opened it up, identified that as a false file, threw that one away, went back in, found another file for like a janitor supervisor, but you're like, wait, this is a duplicate of this janitor supervisor. Go in there and it's like, nope, this is way too clean. This thing has been altered. So you find you
see, Mr. the Reaper,
undo,
that's what a data bomb looks like.
Yeah. You undo the stuff that they've altered, and then you actually pull up the real file that was altered, and that's the true file of the sub-basement manager, and you get and in there was his passcode, and you get his verbal passcode from there.
God damn, my job is done. All right.
Yeah.
Rock on, people.
As all of this is going on, yeah. So 2B. Yes, I did remember. I was just gonna, yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah, 2B is like, he's like about ready to go to give you a 5. He's like, we did it, and he goes to give you a high 5, and as he goes to give you a high 5, he just like starts.
What? You be no.
Error.
Yep. Rebooting him, you find out that you get like a email or something like that, and 2B is like, sorry, it appears my connection to the drone has been severed. We're going to need a replacement. So
his connection to the
I can assist you via comm channel, but I'm not able to direct any of the drones on site.
I don't know. I just lost control of my the drones. K2 B2B can't control it. Well, I still got K1.
Yeah, and
the manual controls of the. Can I still do manual controls of the bugs?
Yes.
Yes.
You
Okay.
switch over to manual control. Yeah, you're just going to have to do it. You just don't have 2B's assistance. And
Right.
Deck, I do remember that. That's still coming.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
just real quick, surreptitiously, while he's doing his thing, and while we're in the same meet space, I want to pay attention to how he's doing his thing now that this has happened, and I'll just text you privately.
All right. Zip, you got a lot of the security. Any other legwork? Any other prep? We're about 10 minutes before 9 o'clock, so we'll go about 10 more minutes, and then basically just before you jump in to actually physically breach, we'll take a 10-15 minute break.
Well, I think that probably I'm gonna. I imagine there's 3 of us going in.
I can have K1 go in with you guys as well if you need.
Okay. So it's gonna be. Oh, this is wild. The mage, the brawler, and the assassin
Walk into a
all
bar.
go in. Yeah, walk into a bar. So the mage is definitely going to cast the improved invisibility on us.
Okay.
Don't forget my droid.
Well,
Oh, my drone, I should say.
It's
Okay.
slightly harder to affect drones with that, but you can do it.
He's got the mana surge.
Yes.
That's right.
There you go.
Let me know when we are officially taking a break, and I'll start the clock, and it'll take
Yep.
over the feed. And
I'm just checking to see if there's anything else before we physically breach the perimeter. I'm not hearing much of anything else other than the preparatory invisibility spells. I don't know if there's
I
any
do
other
have
spells.
one thing.
Sure.
I want to give somebody a couple of little items. They look like little clips, and maybe the size of a like a dime. And you're gonna need to attach these to basically any wire that you see down there, like on a security camera or an outlet or a port. Plug this in, and if it's an isolated system, I'll be able to get in from out here in the car. So if that doesn't happen, I can be of limited assistance out here.
So save him for the sub basement is what you're
That's
saying.
what I mean. Yeah.
okay. How big
Now,
is
quick.
6 meters by 2 meters?
Or you can carry a couple of roaches with you.
Yeah, and they're already infiltrating as well. The roaches.
I just. How big is like 2? How big's a meter?
Basically a yard. Think of it like a yard. So it's like 6
Okay.
feet. 6 feet by 6
So
feet.
6 feet to 6 feet. Okay.
A meter?
Yeah.
Two
Well,
meters.
two. He has a 2. He's talking about
Okay.
2 by 2 meters.
Okay, all right.
So Quicks,
Yeah.
you had some concerns about footprint here. Is body count an issue for you?
Well,
I guess we're talking about imprint in the floor.
we just don't want to do anything unnecessary, right? Because it can tie back to us if things go sideways.
Then why did you hire us?
I did not.
Hey, because the mage likes a lot of protection. All right.
Somebody's got to get the stuff and get out alive.
Yeah.
You guys are insurance and execution,
Well,
right?
Yeah. While I'm sitting there and grabbing this, you all are protecting me. That's why I want you along. I know the Reaper there, and I'm sure I by reputation, I know you too. So, yeah, Mage wants all the protection he can get. He also wants somebody standing in front of him so he doesn't. He's not the one that gets hit. I mean, but he doesn't say that out loud.
You
Yeah,
guys
the
are
Reaper's
going in.
behind you.
The Reaper
stand-
knows so.
I'll stand in front of you, just don't hit me with fireball.
Oh no. I
The
actually
drink
don't
is one
have-
thing, but not an actual fireball.
I don't have fireball. I got firebolt, but it's a lot smaller.
Fireball's
Just
are
don't hit
risky
me.
too, so
Okay.
there's that.
Yeah,
And that's part of the problem we're having.
well, hopefully I took my nap and I'm feeling a little better. I hope.
Laura's like,
Going into
fireball now! And the mage pulls out a fireball bottle. He's like, okay, here. And she's, no!
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm
Yeah,
out of
perfect.
instructions. I mean, you got what I want.
Okay.
All right, improved invisibility, and three meat space invaders and 2 cyber invaders. Anything else? All right.
I think we're actually going to need Lord have mercy here.
All right. Well, if that is our infiltration team, yep, it's just about 9 o'clock. So, yeah, we'll take about a 10, 12 minute. Or what do you think, Brad? 15 minutes, 10 minutes?
Oh, I would. I don't know, 10 probably.
10. We'll call it 10.
Okay.
All right. See you all back here in about 5 minutes. Thanks for joining us. You're watching the Role Players Guild of Kansas City's trying to come back to monthly Dread game. Tonight we are running the shadows with our wonderful shadow runners, and they will be breaching the facility in our biohack data steal. See y'all in 10. Good evening, Internet. We are back. So welcome back to the Kansas City the Role Players Guild of Kansas City. Got that the wrong way around. The Role Players Guild of Kansas City Dread Night. Our shadow runners have made their way to the facility. They've done their legwork, and now it's time to actually breach the perimeter and get into that mysterious basement and find out what secrets this as technology data farm has. Trying to get their programs back to the Johnson and find out what happened to the missing slicer of Lisa Quellen, aka Sword. All right. So I think we established that Tempest, the Reaper, and Carcosa are all going in under an improved invisibility spell. Was there any other Quicks and Deck are in virtual space, with Quicks having given some tokens or some wires for people to try to connect to the basement host when they get to the sub-basement host. Anything else?
One other point I wanted to say is that as part of that data that we paid a lot for, I want to know where the office is of the boss guy so that we can do something to embarrass him, like physically, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. The let's see. Where would the? So yeah, it's probably. Yeah, there's probably an executive office like towards the back of the first floor, near the down elevator, over by the servers, over by the server rooms. So yeah, there's a executive office suite there.
We must have got a name for the guy, or at least
didn't get a name. Yeah.
What?
You did not get a name.
I get personnel records. Okay, fine.
Let's see. His name is he was an orc. His name is
Boober.
What's that?
Goober Tuskowski.
Actually, yeah, that's the name you get, but it's like in the most obvious fake sin that you've ever seen, but it's the sin he's using. So it's Goober. What was it? Goober
Tuskowski.
Tuskowski.
Goober Tuskowski. But more importantly, his handle, his AKA is Razor Fang.
There we go, baby. Razor Fang. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Wow.
Almost sounds like Taserface.
Mm.
Yeah. And yeah, the sin for Goober Tuskowski is it's high school level hacking kind of fake sin.
Gotcha. So in the background, while these guys go in, I want an agent to be looking up Razor Fang and to come back with some information for me for maybe some point later. Maybe.
The background on Razor Fang is not particularly important, so you can take literary control over what you find or how you embarrass him. So.
And now I feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah. Your agents start working on it, and you have literary control when you get to that.
Excellent.
K1's going with you guys, or you want him to go with you guys, or what? I wasn't sure.
Sure.
All right.
K1 is the assassin drone, kind of like a floating metallic eye.
Yeah.
With a weapon.
Sure.
What's it armed?
I have no idea because I don't remember all the Shadowrun weapons. So whatever kills fast, silently, usually.
Poison dart?
Poison dart sounds good.
Well, much more than that, but yes.
Does it go bang?
Are there?
Because it has to actually be able to get past armor. So.
I forget. Does Shadowrun have energy swords?
They have not like you're saying, but they do have monofilament swords, which so it's slice through things pretty well.
So your assassin droid can have like a monofilament whip.
Well, the way the arms look out, those look like those can have monofilaments on the edges of them.
Sure. Okay, there you go.
There's an in-cannon drone that flies, and the edges of it are spin around, and it's got little monofilament strings that kind of like a weed whacker that extend out. So
I got one of those.
It's the picture of it in the book is like covered in blood because it just like flies and slices through things. So
it's ridiculous.
And I'm assuming the large eye is able to see multiple spectrums and so on and whatnot.
Sure, it's got thermal and AR and sounds good. All right, so K1 is going in, as well as the Brawler, Reaper, and Tempest, all under invisibility. Anything else?
Well, they're just having the roaches try to go down.
All right. How do you guys want to enter? There's a front door, back door, windows.
I'm gonna
rocket launcher to the roof.
Just to be clear, I'm not gonna narrate sort of every little thing, but like if they say, well, we want to go in the back door, then the camera and the door I'm taking care of from.
When it's more than just a simple hack or a simple slice, I'll let you know that we need rolls for it.
Which door is closer to the first elevator down?
Probably the back door, or like the loading bay.
Loading bay sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's where we'll go in.
Okay.
I'll bring up the tail, and you guys go forward when I say that you're clear.
Okay. Tempest, remind me, does improved invisibility also work against the Watcher spirits, or?
I don't think so. I don't.
Okay.
It's basically cameras and
people.
People.
Okay. Let's see. How am I going to?
Spirits. I mean, the spirits is going to see us on the astral plane, right, Brad?
The spirit will be able to tell that there's a drone or something that it's not really going to be clear what it is, assuming it's on the astral only. But it'll see the living auras of all you guys just, trotting along down the hallway. Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll see the spell that's on you.
Okay.
But the thing is, they're dumb. and they have really simple instructions. So like, hey, if you see anybody who's not supposed to be here, come get me, or something like that, right? And then maybe he doesn't really quite understand that exactly. Like, well, who's supposed to be here, or well, it looks like Mr. So and so, or so.
Okay, I know how I'm going to handle the infiltration. So looking at our current hit point total, just for a recap for everybody, we have Brad Deck, our drone. I'm sorry, not Brad. Isaac, our Deck, our drone pilot, who is currently at who has lost 1 hit point. Our hacker Quicks has full hit points. Our brawler Carcosa is at full hit points. The Reaper, our sharpshooter sniper, has lost 1 hit point, and Tempest, our street mage, has lost 1 hit point. So the way I'm going to handle this infiltration is either I need each one of the 3 of you that are infiltrating. I'm gonna discount the drone, or have the drone hide with you guys. So each person who's infiltrating either has to make a roll, or one person could make 2 rolls. Is that, yeah, either 1 each, or one person make 2, and that 2 will be a distraction. So you can tell me what distraction. So if Carcosa wants to take a little bit of that and offer up 2 rolls, tell me how you make a distraction so that everybody can get in and distracts the Watcher spirits. To give those of you with 1 hit point a little breathing room.
Yeah, how many rolls do we have on this sheet right now?
There are 12 unique numbers that have been taken so far.
12 out of 90.
Yeah. It sounds. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'll go ahead and make a roll.
You'll make one? All right.
I'll make a roll. Why not? What the heck? All right. Let's get up here. This could always be a first.
So now the deal was each one of the 3 of you make 1, or one person makes 2. So.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to make my 1 roll, or my
Okay.
roll. But if they want to go ahead and do the 2 roll, that's fine too. I'll go along with the.
What do you say, Laura?
I just don't know what to do for a distraction other than to start yelling at something that's not there.
You could have a hand grenade. You could, cause a car accident.
Turn on the sprinklers.
I'd rather not get my leathers wet.
Really?
It'll get tight on him.
Leather does shrink but I guess that's after it dries, and once it's wet and then it gets dry.
So you're fine.
What?
You're fine.
So to keep moving forward.
What's around this area? Like, is this crappy industrial park or what?
If you're paying for the roll, anything you'd like, you could just there could be a go gang, a biker gang on the corner, and you could pay them to do a big display and a big burnout to distract a bunch of people. You could have a grenade on you and throw a grenade to make a distraction. You could use a not a laser pointer, what is on the guns, the little targeting
red dot.
Laser sight. Yeah. You could use the red dot on a laser sight to flash somebody in the eyes as they're driving their car in order to cause an accident.
Ooh, that's very Shadowrunner.
Yeah, that is.
I'll roll a grenade into an abandoned, corrugated shed. Looks like it's just storing junk. Trying to blow it sky high.
Sure. Yeah. So there's
2 rolls?
2 rolls.
Killing 20 squatters in.
But it should be empty.
It's gonna be in a moment, I hope.
Body parts
here.
everywhere.
All right, give us the rolls.
The Reaper's like, oh, that's beautiful.
7.
7 is good.
And that die went on the floor.
I was waiting for that to happen.
72.
And 72. Oh, right between 71 and 73, but both of those are good. So, yep. Time it just right. We see the grenade fly over in slow motion, and you wait for a moment. You're like, "Huh? I thought it had a shorter boom." And all of you sprint for the back door. And as somebody's coming out with like a fire extinguisher, and as somebody comes out with a fire extinguisher, you hook the door with your foot, and all three of you can make your way in, and you're now in the hallway. So you see the long main hallway, and like over to the side is like something that's obviously marked like server room, and just a little ways down is the elevator to the basement, and you see a nice oak frame for the executive office, and it says like Razor Fang on it, CEO.
It says Razor Fang. Razor Fang, CEO.
If there's one thing, he's not subtle.
Which is what I was wondering about with the photo. How do we embarrass this? They're doing a fine job by themselves.
Oh boy.
So, Quicks, are we doing anything physical, or you got that on the Matrix?
By physical, you mean like doors and cameras, or what do you mean?
No,
No,
are
I
we
mean
going to do
the
anything
CEO's
to
office.
his office? We going to do it physically, or you're going to do it through the Matrix?
This is a target of opportunity. Let's do this on the way out, maybe.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, you could spray paint something on the walls that says Razor Fang is a poopy face, signed Razor Fang, or whatever. You should do something simple like that, and then if we have something more elaborate later, there could be some data that we could leak or something like that.
All right.
If as you're passing by, you could do something, but it would be obvious to anyone walking by.
Yeah. Let's
Let's go to the elevator first. Let's
Right.
go ahead and do the elevator to go to the first basement.
And Carcosa, I will remind you that we did see that pendant in Razor Fang, so you may have a particular interest of wanting to go in
Yeah,
and do something
on the
physical.
way.
Sure.
on
On
the
the way
way
out is
out.
fine. Perfectly fine
I'm
with
sure
me.
we won't be in a hurry.
No, what's the odds of you being in a hurry?
I've got another grenade.
There you go.
All right.
If I can't have it, no one can.
Well, if you'd like to try to go in there, that's fine too. We can always come
Oh.
back later and also write if you want
Yeah.
it. If there's something in there you want,
I think the vote is to do it on the way out.
okay.
So, all right. So yeah, you guys head down the
move,
hallway. Head down the hallway. Get to
Did you
the.
just sneeze?
No, I said move, move, move.
Oh, okay.
Head down the
Yes.
hallway.
Thank
Get
you,
to
Ryder.
Yes.
get to the elevator. Press the down button. It asks for like a security code, but Quicks is able to he does his thing. You see it goes green. Elevator opens up. You're able to get in, and you go down.
Alrighty.
So you're now into the basement. The basement again is a long corridor with like a surgical facility on the right-hand side, a large computer operation, possibly a technomancer on the left, and what was the third? And then I think just a regular like computer lab.
Okay.
We'll put that also on the right. So down far end on the right is the computer lab. Close on the right is the surgical, and then on the left is the
Okay.
technomancer lab.
In the astral, go to the astral, just looking. Do I see anything like a spirit, people or whatever, their auras or anything in the area? In other words, is there anybody here that I can see before
Yes.
I let us out?
Absolutely. Towards the far end, towards the sub-basement elevator where you guys are going, there's a bathroom down there. And you see that the on-staff mage is in the bathroom.
Well,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Look at that smile on Greg's face.
Okay.
Death by toilet.
And I can see exactly where he's at right in there, right?
Yeah, by his astral signature, yes.
Water spirit.
Oh, the fun things I could do with the water spirit if I had to kill somebody.
Well, at least it'll be easy cleanup.
I could just flood that bathroom.
And then damage all the electronics down here if the water came down the hallway, I guess.
Oh no, I'll keep it in the room. This water spirit's gonna keep it in the room.
And of course, all three of these like locations like have some like windows along the. There's like a door that's got like computer lab,
Right.
computer lab, OR, and computer lab 2. And there's like windows along the wall. You can see partially in them, but not completely. People could be like hiding around the corner. They're not large windows.
Yeah,
They're
but
windows
right
you can
now,
see
like I
in.
said,
But not.
we're not. They can't see us.
Currently.
Supposedly. Right. Then when all hell breaks loose, that's a whole nother ball game. But yes, a nice little water spirit.
Tempest, or is he the only person down here?
He's the only magically aware person.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you? Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I thought you were asking only about the mage. There are other people. Were you asking for all the people, or were you just asking for the
Yeah,
mage?
because there are a lot of people.
My mistake. My apologies. Yes, there is one person in the Technomancer lab to your left. There are 3 people in the OR to your right. There are 4 people in the computer lab 2, and the mage is in the bathroom. My apologies. That's right. You get to see normal people too.
Good, we're outnumbered 3-1.
Goddamn town meeting down here.
Okay. Well, let's see.
My apologies. I forgot about that.
Frost opened the bag.
So 135.
Taking care of the mage is advisable.
Oh,
as a first-
absolutely.
As a first
Yeah.
action.
And I can actually do that from the elevator. Create a water spirit in there that fills the room.
So
with
just as you guys are
water.
getting out of the elevator, Tempest says, "Just a minute," and he potentially starts casting some spells. What do we?
Okay,
do we
I'm
cast?
going to do a water spell to fill the bathroom with water, and it'll keep the door from opening.
Okay.
Because the door is opening in, so the water pressure is going to keep it closed, but the water will not leak out of the bathroom.
The watertight door.
Right.
So to be clear, you are suffocating the magician with water?
Yes.
Nice.
And then the
I'm
water
sure-
will evacuate down the drain?
Absolutely. When he's dead, after he's dead, yeah.
This is why I love this.
Okay.
Or for that matter, once the water spirit, once he's dead,
It's so simple, Brad.
the water spirit will just dissipate or whatever, because that's his only task.
Yeah.
Is to suffocate this guy, and then he'll just disappear back into the astral or whatever.
Well,
Okay.
don't sell yourself
Yep.
short. It could have multiple services.
Well, does it have multiple services?
Okay. Well, Aaron has a question first. It's been a little while since Aaron has played a mage. Is summon spirit a separate spell?
It's not a spell at all. He said spell, but
Okay.
he meant spirit. Yeah.
Right, but is summoning
It's
is summoning
just a
spirit a
skill.
spell?
No, it's not a spell.
It's a skill.
It's just a skill.
Okay, that's what
You just do it.
because that wasn't on your list of spells.
I know.
Was summoning a spirit, so that's why I wanted to check. Cool.
Yeah.
If that's just something that innately mages can do, cool. Just
Right.
checking.
More or less.
Cool. So
More or less.
sounds like what you're asking me to be able to do is to summon a water spirit, flood that room with water, and use your barrier spell to like seal the door so that it will end up drowning
the
him.
water spirit can actually, controls how much volume it fills up.
It's think of
So
it. You can think of these.
But to
as
make it
like,
watertight.
this is
use
like
your
an
barrier.
elemental, like a water elemental, and it would materialize in the room, do the thing, and it's in control of its water, right? So it could,
okay.
just not go out of the room if it. So.
Oh,
chose.
okay. I didn't realize they had that much control over the water. I just assumed it would.
Yeah, because
they
they
could-
are the water.
Gotcha. I'm on board now. Okay. If you want to, let's see here.
Uh-oh.
Let me think for a minute. How there's gonna be.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in the third act. So pretty much everything is going to require rolls, guys. We're already in the
I
third
don't
act.
mind a roll. What I don't want you to say, oh, this is
Well-
going to take 3 rolls.
I'm going to give you options.
No, okay. That
If
is
you-
what hurts me.
If you would like to summon a spirit and have it drown the mage in the bathroom, and have one service left, the trade-off is going to be it will come, it will drown the mage, water won't get out of the bathroom. Yeah, it'll come, it'll drown the mage, but the mage is going to realize what's going on, and he's going to have one last action before he's drowned, and that's going to be to flood out a counter spell that's going to catch you guys and dispel your invisibility for one roll. So for one roll, you get the spirit with one extra service, but your invisibility gets dispelled. If you want to have more services, I'll sell you 2 services per extra pull. So, yep, if you want to have more services, that'll be 1 extra pull for 2 extra services. And then if you'd like it to not dispel your invisibility, that alone will be two rolls. So you have options. 1 roll, he's drowned, you have 1 extra service, but your invisibility's gone. Then you can add to that 1 roll. Yeah, you can add to that 1 roll 1 more roll for 2 extra services, as many times as you like. And if you want to keep your invisibility, that's 2 separate rolls in and of itself.
So hold on. So are you saying there's a max? He doesn't have to do the second group of 2 if he doesn't want
Right.
to.
He could just do 1 roll and 2 rolls to protect the invisibility for 3.
Yeah.
Or he could do 2 rolls and lose the invisibility and have a spirit with 3 services. It's a a la carte.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Risk reward kind of thing.
Okay.
Reaper.
Does he have to call them all at once?
No, he can start with 1. He can start with 1 and stop.
Yes, Laura.
Well,
he could be dead after 1, I suppose.
okay. We know we're going to try for at least the 2 so we don't lose the invisibility.
Okay.
What,
So we're
what if we
almost
just
going to have to do 3.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
that'd be
it's
3.
3. Yeah. So it's
Right.
1 to kill him and 2 to save the spell.
Okay. What the
Or you
or
can
just wait until he come out of the bathroom and then cap him from this end of the hallway? That's why we brought a damn sharpshooter.
that's not the mage way.
So
Okay. The
our
main
mage slept
gives-
on the floor of the limo on the way here.
Fair point.
Love it. Like I said, this is the mage's, his solution that he, quickly relates to you all.
Yep.
Now
He told
that's-
us to wait.
we was all right there in the elevator, and I said, okay, I see these people, this people, whatever. Now, if we want to cap somebody, you can say, whoa, Tempest, wait a minute, let's do this other.
Let's do
all
this more
for that.
loudly.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's more louder. But I'm willing to make the 3. Roll the 3.
Oh boy.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
You got this,
You
Tempest.
drop dead.
Well, that's fair.
You wind up filling your own lungs with water. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, to be honest about it, but I'm not going to say it till after it happens.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so you step out of the elevator, and Tempest goes, wait a minute. And he starts, summoning, and you guys can almost feel, like, you may not have been able to feel, like, you've probably sensed a little bit of magic
area
before,
is
but
right now what you're probably
Right.
feeling is the area around.
let's
getting
get
a
those
lot
rolls.
drier.
I got to keep us rolling.
Okay, so we go. All right, here we go.
Yeah, so you guys can start to feel, like, a little bit of electricity, a little bit of pressure in the area as that
Oh no, that ain't right.
triple mana
R
is being manipulated by your mage.
3D 90. Here goes everything, guys.
I believe in you.
69. Just say
69.
69.
Numbers, the
Hey,
same
no, that
roll.
doesn't count. That don't count.
What the? 69 twice. Holy shit.
All right.
Yeah, what's the adjudication of that, Aaron?
Well, the adjudication is you get a new set of numbers.
Oh,
All right.
what are the
I do want
odds?
I do want your character to make it to the final scene. But so what ends up you start summoning the and you didn't none of that included. Oh no, that did include protecting the spell.
Right, visibility spell.
Yep. Okay. So summon up the water spirit. How am I? Yep, having to think for just a moment.
I will say that out of all the Dread games I have now played, this is my first death.
Hey, welcome to the welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. All right. So as you summon this this water spirit, little did you know, but in one of the in the OR, there was actually they had actually contained a water spirit in there, and they were trying to affect it with change it from water to poison. So it was like in the process of being tainted magically to go from like a water spirit into an acid spirit.
Yeah.
So you just recognized it as a water spirit, did the binding, and when you bound it, this acid spirit sent like a small amount of its essence, force, body, and you, because of the 3 times mana storm, you feel some of that acid like enter into your leg, and you're now starting to slowly feel like from the inside you're starting to feel that crawl and burn throughout your body.
You're gonna be a
So-
toxic shaman.
You're on a timer as part of this
Man,
toxic water spirit is like burning its way through like
I'm
your
like-
central nervous system and like your
I
blood.
kinda look, you all see me kind of look down and like,
Yeah. And it's it starts slow. It just starts kind of warm
Yeah, I
for
know.
now in your leg, and it's just gonna
Yeah,
kind of
like-
crawl up.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
yeah, let's go, guys. I think we need to hurry.
I
So you
totally haven't
Something's
been
not quite right here.
you're on about
get me.
you're on about an hour and a half to a 2-hour clock, and about the next hour and a half to 2 hours, your body is slowly going to be just eaten from the inside.
You're going to see this
From this-
smoke rising from my body slowly.
Right. And so you see this poison water spirit, flow out. You see it. I don't think anybody else sees it. You see it flow out of the door of the operating room, look you and give you like a wonderful little grin, like, and it flows down
Oh,
it flows down, and you those of you that are in the hallway that don't see the spirit, you see like some of the paint, like the paint starts to bubble in like a line down the hallway. Like you just see like the paint bubbling and peeling a little bit, and it goes in there, and there's a strangled noise in the bathroom that almost no one hears as it engulfs and burns down this mage.
Oof.
And then it returns to you, this writhing poison water spirit, because you've still got one more service.
Don't
Save
stab
me.
Mike off.
Save me.
Save
Take
my
back
ass.
your.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just poison out of me.
No. All right. Of course, I don't know that's what it is, and I understand.
Right.
All
I
right.
think you got an idea.
Well, you know something went wrong, and
Right.
it's something to do with the 3 times mana event.
Well, see, actually, what I'm thinking is it's increasing my power.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right now,
that's
your leg is just warm.
right. I'm feeling this power flow into me.
Yeah.
It's
this
a
is
warm tingle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice warm tingle.
All
All
right.
right.
All
right.
righty.
3 times
So-
ley line event. It's a ley line
Yeah.
event. So
Yeah.
all right. So you've cleared the mage.
Let's go. Kind of.
As we go down each of these doors, I am going to pull out a piece of equipment and melt the hinges so they can't be opened from the inside.
Right. Okay. Let me run a couple of things through my head now that you guys have got a brand new set of numbers. It's gonna
Yep.
be nice and easy.
Right.
All right.
You all are welcome.
Thank you.
Is
Thank
melting,
you.
but we have a new set of numbers. Yes.
You are under an invisibility spell, so there's not really any. He rolled to keep the invisibility spell, so I can't really have anybody notice you. That would be kind of cheating. And you took out the only mage who would probably be able to detect you. So I think the only thing I can tempt you with is so you want to melt the hinges and kind of seal everybody in. So you can totally do that, but I would ask for one roll for each door, not because you're not competent in order to do it. What you're rolling for is to do it in such a way that they don't notice.
Right.
So like,
Well, I'm only gonna do 2 of the hinges. I'm gonna geek the necroman, the technomancer,
okay, sure enough.
because he could mess with our other 2 electrical gentlemen.
Just
No, that
to be fair, we are looking for a technomancer. Just saying.
Right.
Well,
but he's probably in this. He's probably in the sub basement.
Oh yeah.
So
She.
you're also under the invisibility
and
spell.
it's
There are
just
windows.
a bonus.
There are windows. You take a look in there, and the technomancer that's like laying on a couch, in like some type of like latex suit or whatever. It seems to be a troll. So it's obviously not a dwarf that's in the.
Troll in a latex.
Gotcha.
suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's obviously
Oh
not.
man, I didn't want to see that in my mind. Damn.
So yeah. It's going to be 3 rolls either way, because taking out the technomancer is going to be doing it in a way that, again, nobody notices. So,
Yep.
like in a way that keeps the blood inside the suit, or doesn't make a loud noise or a mess. So, perfectly capable. It's just whether or not people notice.
You got this, man. I know you do.
There it is.
Well, the
Good
first
fun.
one I guarantee won't be a match.
Right.
On account of there not being any matches to have.
80. All right.
80. 80, 40, 72. All right. So, yep. You're able to, and I almost marked the wrong 80, 40.
Don't do that. That's for
Sure.
No,
Mark,
don't
mark,
double mark.
All right, yep. You sneak into where the technomancer is, obviously completely unaware because they're fully in VR, and you just, take. I'm imagining you just take out a poison and just like put a couple of drops of poison on their lips, and you just slowly see the lips turn from like flesh tones to like purples to blues, and then you stop seeing the chest. Just a very simple poison. Go over to the various hinges and just apply like some thermal paste, and it just burns just the right amount with almost no scent, almost no sound, and just welds those things. You're using just enough to where it can't be open, and when they figure it out, they're gonna have to use some force or cause for help, but not so much that it's like a rock solid piece. So just just the right amount. Get that mixture right, and we see that light up and they fuse together.
Beautiful.
All right, you've sealed everybody in. You've killed the technomancer. You can make it to the door where you've got the Quicks has already gotten you the voice pattern to get through the door. Quick, you hit the voice pattern, and it says what is his? Oh, I know what his security password is. His security phrase is, have you heard about the magic dog? He's a labracadabra. A Labrador cadabra. So a bad dad joke. When you Percosa, when you hear the voice of the elven manager, you recognize that voice, and it is Lacoste.
What's he doing here?
Who is Lacoste?
What?
So that is definitely his voice telling his favorite bad joke. And the elevator door
I'm
opens.
confused.
What was that?
I'm confused.
Yep. Elevator opens up, and you guys are able to descend into the sub basement.
Yay.
Hey, I'm starting to lose the signal. Make sure you use one of those data tabs.
and they can like turn on their comm links or whatever. And so yeah, you go down into, and then as the door opens up and you open up into like, this is obviously a much larger tech facility. There's all kinds of, VR and AR. There's all kinds of AR screens and things like that. As you're looking around, there's just like computers all over the place, and a whole nother server. You see like just a raw power line that's just running in, being split and divided into all these places. There's, all kinds of. There is obviously probably about $6,000 or $7,000 worth of new yen just technology that you could probably just scrape. Just grabbing things, you could probably easily fence $6,000 or $7,000 worth of new yen out of all the like cutting edge cyberware, cutting edge. What's the hacking deck?
Cyberdeck.
Cyberdeck. Yeah, there's like there's a couple of cyber decks that are like being pulled apart and pieced together. There's some computers, monitors, things like that. What was that, Greg?
High-end rigger control rig. And
real high-end rigger control rig.
Drone control deck.
So you guys can scoop that stuff up. But the thing that like you kind of that's all in the background. But the thing that captures your attention, because if I described this first, you wouldn't have heard anything else. If you all remember, like in Star Wars, whenever they have to recover from a bad injury, they put them in that Bantha tank.
Bacta tank, yeah.
Bacta. Okay.
The diaper tank. Yes.
Right. So you see like a Bacta tank with like that light, kind of like a light blue, kind of neon blue substance in it, and suspended in the neon substance, you assume it's the individual that you're looking for. It is dwarf shaped. And the reason why I say it's dwarf-shaped, being hanging in this tank, is because someone has gone and removed all of the skin. So there's no skin on this individual. He's had all of that removed. And the reason why he's had all of that removed is you can see, you guys have all seen cyberware, but these are the largest pieces of like computer cyber decks that have just been, looks like quick and dirty, like meatball surgery inserted into his brain, into his back. He has large chunks of computers that have just been grafted onto him, and there's power cables, and probably like one of the tubes that's going into his back is probably like blood, like it's filtering his blood already. And so just hanging in this light blue tank is this skinned dwarf with large computers that have been, forcibly meatball surgeryed onto it, and various tubes cycling coolant through him and blood through him. And there's like obviously like there's a direct power line running off of the trunk, the power line trunk directly into the into the tank, into him, like into his leg, and he's just kind of she's there floating there, and as she speaks, she twitches like she's like we've all had like a really bad Charlie horse, something. So you know that look of like wince or pain. So as she speaks, every word comes with like a twitch or a wince of pain, and she looks over and she says, this was the fastest way that we could fastest way we could do it. That's the end of the conversation. Sorry, try again. In order to do what they wanted. That's the middle. Hi, I'm Sword.
Well,
You're on.
I'm sorry.
we
In
know this
order
isn't
to
gonna.
do
I mean,
what they
they're not
wanted.
gonna survive.
Too many people. I can't hear you guys.
Your mic's up, Greg.
Oh, sorry.
Say it again.
Like I said, okay, we know that this is they're not gonna, she's not gonna survive. I don't, because there's no way we can get her out of here in this tank.
Sounded like it was her
So-
idea.
Yeah, I mean, so do we know what this thing looks like that we're supposed to? 'Cause we can grab her break the tank and grab her.
So there's a bonus if she's alive. There is a reward if she's not alive, per se. We were really looking for the program
Right.
and any
But
devices.
she
that-
may be
Right.
she may be the program now. Is what I'm thinking. That the program, she is the program now. So I don't know if anything else here that program could be in. I'm not a techno person. I have no idea what this stuff is.
Yeah, I got eyes on this, but I'm taking direction from you guys who were there.
Um,
Do you want to tap on her?
I
Wait a minute, that didn't sound right.
I knew you were coming. It was just a question of when. And as she's speaking, you guys do like over in the corner. Actually, would somebody like to roll to notice something? There's something going on in the corner. Would someone
What
like to roll
else
to
is
notice
in
something?
this room? Are there other people?
Oh, that's what the cyber zombie is. Wearing
Sure,
her skin.
I will.
I just remembered the last thing of my storyline.
That's above 90.
Okay, just reroll.
87.
87. That is clear, almost certain. So
And I rolled a 90. I didn't know she was rolling.
oh, that's fine.
So I held my dice up.
So, yep. Then I guess both of you, since you both rolled it, you both notice it. So Carcosa and the Reaper, as you guys you're like, oh, that's you notice that, you take that in for a moment, but you're like, wait, gotta sweep the room. So both of you start looking at various corners of the room to try to check it. You guys are starting to see the roaches from Deck's roaches are starting to you see 10 or 20 of them crawling over some of the computers in the corner. So there's 3 or 4 patches of 20 of these roaches that are kind of crawling over the various computers that are down here. And they're wiring Deck and Quick. You guys are wiring feeds. So you see the skin dwarf in the tank, and you hear the audio.
What in the hell?
I'm just like, what the?
Yeah, I'm sort of in shock. I'm just waiting direction from the people who are there on the ground.
So, do you want to tap on her?
You asking me?
Yeah.
How you
do
gonna
you
put
want
a
one
tap
of your
on? She's in
data
she's
taps?
in a tank of liquid nutrient.
Maybe I
Do
can
you
get the
want
roach,
the
the roach to
data
go in there.
Yeah.
I can get the roaches
Okay,
instead.
I'm sorry. I should have been direct. No, I do not want to tap on her.
Deck, you want to send your roaches in to interface with her?
Why not?
Okay. Yep. So you see Deck. You calm everybody. Tells I'm gonna try to connect with my roaches. So you see about 10 to 20 of them kind of crawl up the side of the tank and drop into the tank. And normally the picture that you showed me was they were kind of orange.
Yeah.
So as they jump in the tank, they switch from orange to yellow, and then they kind of float down and attach, and they start attaching and interfacing with the various components that Sword has, and we see them start to cycle through the rainbow, Roy G. Biv, right? Red, yellow, they're cycling through as they're connecting. Deck, you are just you're starting to just get flooded with information. On the upside, one of the things you're flooded with is the program Hot Knife. So you do get some files called Hot Knife. So you do put that into your comm link or onto whatever you're going to use to store it. But the roaches start making decisions. They start copying files, and they start connecting to the network individually, and you start seeing them they're doing things that they're connecting with Sword and connecting with the host down here, and they're independently making decisions.
We got the file.
You do. Do you tell anybody?
Oh. Quick. I need some help over here.
What?
My robots, my drones are not listening to me, are doing things they're not supposed to be doing.
What do you mean? What's going on?
I don't know. They're making new programs.
Shut them down.
Can't.
All right.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
You're the damn hacker, aren't you?
They're your drones.
Wait, I'm thinking maybe we should just kill her. She does. That can't be any sort of good. She looks to be like she's in pain. I certainly would be if I had a fucking computer stuck in my head.
Well, I totally say destroy them and the roaches, because right now I can't control them.
Okay, if you
So-
if you can find like some conduit or some high voltage, some power, just yank it and stick it in the tank or something, and that would probably fry those drones.
Okay.
And I put a data tap on this coax cable over here.
So
That
that-
way you have an interface.
Sure. You put a tap on that way. That way, Quicks can get in and start work. What
I
you
could highly electrify that solution.
you could, if that's what you'd like to do, we can do that. As you guys are like discussing this for a little bit, Carcosa and the Reaper, you're starting to see those patches of like 20 or so roaches. Their colors are also starting to cycle through the rainbow, and as they
And they're working.
cycle through the
together.
rainbow, you're starting to see them like consume and like eat and like disassemble. So they're starting to like dig into the various computer components. Dig into the various computer components that are in the lab, and so you're starting to see them like work and tear down and like consume. Quicks, as you
had to
try to
bring
like you start
500
trying to
drones. You had to bring 500 drones.
And where's
Quicks, you
last
start
time?
trying to turn them off, and you do start seeing like random ones like go dark and like go gray and just like drop dead. But as you're fighting them and trying to turn them off, it's like fighting a person, like fighting something sentient. It's learning your patterns and counteract. You're not just able to use the same attack program. They're starting to counter the program and learn. And after quickly becomes apparent to you, his roaches are becoming sentient. They're becoming an AI. Something in Sword's body files,
Should I just
whatever.
fry this whole thing, or you guys
Have-
shoot it or cut it or something?
You
Sure.
need some serious
Yeah,
electricity.
deep fry it. Something.
If only we had a 3 times mana event.
Wait, you have a water spirit.
He does have a
An
poison
acid-
water spirit.
An acid spirit.
Phil-
Yeah.
Get ready to flood this place.
Do you
I'll
want
pull, and
And
then
just melt it all down.
yeah, you throw the power cable in there. We'll cut it, and then fry the whole room.
Oh, that's true. That'll work.
Yeah. Okay. Melt it into
Make it
slag.
water,
And
and then I could, like I said, we could water spirit, flood it, and then I could shoot electricity in there, which at 3 times.
No, I'm saying we got the power main line.
I'm with you
cut-
on the power.
We'd have to grab
Cut that, and then just toss it in
right, but
once
we'd
you
have
got the
to
water in there.
back to the elevator. Everybody drag that line over the elevator. Just set the water spirit loose in there, covering everything, and then you throw the line in, and we head for the surface.
Yeah, because that elevator is on a different power grid.
We're hoping.
Well, that's what we learned.
Oh, okay.
I'll say yes for simplicity. All right, so just to recap so that Aaron knows what's going on. Deck and Quicks are fighting the roaches, trying to like turn them off and like stop this burgeoning AI as the roaches are like consuming programs and computer. So the two of them are tied up in that virtual fight. Reaper and Reaper, what are you doing to make this plan happen?
I'm giving orders. I'm telling
Okay.
Carcosa, get that power line.
Yeah,
I'll cut it.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
gonna cut. Okay.
So Carcosa is going to drag the power line over. You're going to cut it with something, and then
the one with the sword.
Tempest,
Go
you're going.
ahead.
Tempest, you're going to command the poison spirit to just go wild in the room.
Well, I think it's a water spirit.
Sure, you think it's a water spirit, but
Right. And I'm feeling that warm has got up to about the waist now.
yeah.
I'm
Feeling good.
I'm getting good power now.
Oh yeah.
I'm bad power. Here we go. So you guys get the line over there. And, of course, we all back up into the elevator. And
Water spirit goes crazy.
water spirit goes crazy. She tosses the line, and we head up.
Okay.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh, you're just tossing the line into the water into the room.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So we're not just so I make sure you're not trying to save the body. You're not trying to save Sword.
Oh, not at this point.
Not
no.
Okay.
anymore. No.
Okay. You're just burning the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Electrifying the whole room.
Okay. I think.
But I gotta
so, yeah,
I gotta interject. Once you do that, and the drones are all dead, and she's unconscious or dead, you could cut that power. Go in there, get her body. Get the drones that had the program, because there was some directive for getting any device that had a copy of the program, right? We could get that body. That's money.
Yeah, and I'm named after a Lovecraftian concept. I know when to let shit stay dead.
Yeah. Right now, I'm not in getting that body.
What's that?
Well, speaking of Lovecraftian concepts, maybe the power isn't going to actually kill her. Maybe it's going to give her the energy she needed all along.
Okay. So
Well, that's their problem.
Well, fair.
okay. So to
I don't
translate
think
this.
we were very subtle with all this.
Actually, and then at the end, I'm like, wait a second. And I'm going to take a shot at that canister and break it so she'll get that direct juice.
Gotcha. Okay. So to translate this into some actions and some roles, so it sounds like we're not being quiet anymore. Sounds like you guys are about to go loud. Or am I? Unless I'm mistaken.
We're quiet.
This
Now,
this
the
doesn't-
water spirit and electricity. Oh, wait, that's right. He just shot. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going loud. We're no longer being
That's
stealthy.
Okay.
It's got a
Reaper
silencer.
just shot. He had a
So-
silencer, didn't he? You had a silencer, didn't you?
It's a
All right.
sniper rifle.
This is a last minute thought, so I think it's loud.
Okay. We need to move forward. So all right. All right. So unless there is anything else, what I'm going to ask for is I'm going to need one roll apiece from Deck and Quicks. This is to represent you guys fighting with the AI, trying to shut it down, it not taking over your, not spreading itself into this malicious AI, spreading itself into your equipment. So I need 2 rolls there. I can't really ask any rolls from Greg because Greg is already getting the fate that is going to be the fate of him.
Hey, I'm gaining all this power.
Carcosa, you give me 2 rolls to jerk that power cord out of the wall and get it where you need, and then Reaper, if you can give me 1 roll to cut it and throw it in, and if you want to shoot and break the glass, actually, if you want to, just you're the sharpshooter. That makes sense. So yeah, 1 roll apiece from you 2. So basically one roll across the board. Or I'm sorry, 2 from Carcosa.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. So I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking for 5 rolls. I got a 21. I got a 74.
83
83.
and 46.
46. And 21.
Plus 6.
Ooh. Who rolled the 21?
I did.
That's not a collision, is it?
It is a collision. 21 was a collision.
Yeah?
Um,
From where?
Was that Carcosa?
Oh,
I didn't. When did I roll a 21?
yep, we had an 80, 40, 17, 19. Where did the 21 come from?
I think you did look at.
Oh, I counted the 21 twice. I counted the 21 twice.
All right.
Nope. Thank you for keeping me honest. I counted the 21 twice.
Only one of us needs to die here, guys.
Nope.
And he's
Thank you for
already
keeping.
dead.
Thanks for keeping me honest. Yep. I counted down and then I counted up to make sure I got everybody. I just counted it twice. Okay. All right. So Deck and Quicks. Yeah, you guys fighting to shut off. You guys shut off 447 of the roach. 440. Yeah, 447.
So many roaches.
Just for this
You're seeing-
reason.
You're seeing the rainbow lights, and they're like eating, and they're trying to eat faster, and they're both trying to fight them. This burgeoning AI is coming into the host, and it's starting. Like you can see it like lashing out. It's spawning programs that are attacking your decks and attacking your various programs. You're defending yourselves while turning them off. You're seeing the various rainbow roaches, being turned off. At the same time, you turn to the poison spirit, Greg, and what do you say to the poison spirit to tell it to just go wild?
Just unleash yourself in this room.
I was gonna say, otherwise it's gonna melt this whole building.
How about
Yeah,
kill those drones?
No, he says unleash himself, and the water
And
spirit
for
goes,
that room.
yeah, the water spirit goes gladly, and that's when you were seeing a water spirit. You were seeing like this nice blue water spirit. You guys were seeing like bubbling paint and things and like scorch marks on the floor, and that's when Tempest sees it shift, it drops its veil, it drops the veil, the disguise that it had, and it turns from that blue, from that blue whatever to the actual like purple colored poison spirit, and it manifests itself. So Carcosa and the Reaper, you see this purple fluid, poison spirit summon itself, and as it reaches out an arm and like it's calling forth or like pulling forth, it pulls out its part that's in your leg and in your hip. So that's part of it. It put part of it in you. So as you say, go, unleash yourself gladly. It unleashes that part that's in your leg, and you just see your leg explode.
Holy shit.
So
you now have a free toxic spirit here with us.
bones and meat from Tempest go in every way, and of course he just like screams and just passes out immediately.
This has a lot like if we had knocked the tower over, but this is pretty bad.
Greg did knock the tower over.
Oh, that's right.
This is great. This is Greg's death.
It's just
This is
delayed
Tempest's death.
gratification. Okay.
Forgot, Brad.
This is the final end of it.
This
This
is
is how I
Tempest's
go
death. So
down.
so he pulls out that part of him that's in you, and you just see Tempest's leg explode, and Tempest passes out, and then he just starts, he's burning computers, and he starts burning the tube, and as he starts burning the tube, Reaper, you see your shot, you take that shot, Carcosa, like giant muscle. Actually, you pull out your father's pipe wrench because you have like your father's special pipe wrench. Use that, connect with that pipe wrench, use it, like pull it out of the wall, put it over your backpack, and you just see her dragging, and she's like dragging this. You can start to see like the tiles are kind of like not cracking, but they're like bending and denting as Carcosa just with the power of this pipe wrench just drags this. You're seeing the wall crack as the industrial power cord is being pulled, and then Reaper, you pull out a blade of some type, probably monofilament edge blade, and just slice that in half, and then just like kick it into a pool of the poison that the poison spirit is just. There's these deep pools that are going everywhere. Just kick it, and then you see the poison spirit start to come alive, and like obviously like all the lights go out, electricity popping everywhere. You start smelling the smell of like burnt electricity and all of that. You guys hit the elevator and start headed out. Do you do anything on your way out, or do you just GTFO?
I want the cat.
Sure, you want the cat. So
As I'm laying there in the
Yeah,
in the elevator.
I asked Carcosa, are you gonna pick him up?
yeah,
No.
Tempest, do you want any final
No?
words or any final instructions as you? They slap like a med patch on you
No,
or
I
something. They're able to bring you
No,
around
he
just
didn't.
long enough for you to like say any goodbyes or final words.
I guess I will. Yeah. Somebody didn't want any of us to be noticed, so sure, I'll drag his drunk ass out of here.
Well,
You drag 3/4 of Tempest in there, slap a
yeah,
patch
He
on
is
him.
top half.
He's leaving like a trail of blood down the hallway.
They
They're
can
gonna
take
know
my
who it
head.
was.
Yeah, they could take my head and put me in a box, and
Any final words from Tempest as they're able to bring you back just long enough with like a med patch to say something?
Ow.
go. Hey guys, did we do it? and then I'm gone.
All right.
Did we do
We
it?
got all the money, all the
Yep.
all the rewards,
Yes.
all the karma.
And then he flatlines on the portable med kit. Detach that. You guys get to the top floor. Elevator opens. Carcosa makes a beeline towards Razorfang's corporate office. Reaper, do you stop or do you just? Obviously, the invisibility spell is now dropped.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm giving her backup. I mean, watching
Okay.
the tail.
You gonna grab the cat statue?
Yep, take the whole thing.
If Razorfang was he was flashy. He was also flashy with his traps. He has trapped the cat necklace. So if you would like to
God.
if you would like to catch the cat necklace, for one roll, you will only for one roll
Lose
you
one
will,
arm.
with one. Well, you're really close. For one roll, you will get the cat statue, but the a turret will drop from the ceiling and it will shred one of your arms that will have to be replaced with cyberware. Or for 3 rolls, you can dodge the turret and get the cat necklace and be safely away.
Oh, you.
So
got
1 or
this.
3, your
You got
choice.
this.
How
You got
do you feel
two.
about a cyber
You
arm?
got this.
You got
Come
2
on.
hit points.
Go ahead. Try. You can do it. Make my life have meaning.
But one cyber arm can add a lot of strength too.
Not just you don't want just one cyber arm.
You walk probably tilted over like this the rest of
I don't know. Abrams has only one cyber arm.
Yeah, they have to. You don't get those strength bonuses if you don't get them in pairs. I don't think. There's some kind of.
No, you just apply it. You apply it to the one arm.
What's the call? 1 for a cyber arm or 3 for keeping them?
I'm just gonna go with one. I've
One,
seen
all right.
what happens if you try too hard.
What? What are you trying to say?
You're guaranteed to live this way.
8.
All right. 8 was clear. All right, yep. You guys are you're rushing. She just like kicks open the door, reaches out, knocks the cat pendant off onto the ground, smashes. She goes to reach it up. Turret comes down and just I'll give it your non-dominant arm. Which is your non-dominant arm, left or right?
Left.
Left. We just see this turret come down and it just, walks down your left arm and just reduces it to, an unworking pile of meat. Reaper, you see it coming and you dive in and either with your ballistic armor or whatever, shield the rest of her body. So we see the bullets start hitting your ballistic armor as you drag her out, and she's clutching onto the pendant in her dominant hand. You just see what's left of her left hand, just left arm, just kind of hanging there limp, and the two of you just book it. People are alarms are going off. It's just pandemonium as people are trying to their mage is gone, and I imagine at this point everybody just books it out.
I'm mostly concerned about scrubbing digital fingerprints and
Sure.
Yeah. And I tell the car to when they get here to get us home.
Leave.
Do not abide by speed limits.
All right, everybody piles
Sure,
into
but-
the.
See, yeah, I am a pile. Yeah, we.
And I think they left you back there.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, that's fine too.
Everybody piles into the limousine. You start applying trauma patches and things to try to staunch the left arm and
Yep.
save what little of it can be saved for cyber recovery. Deck and Quicks, you guys are trying to wrap up, and you're trying to locate that last, 53? Trying to locate that last 53 roaches, because you guys got 447 of them.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Some
And
of
is your-
them should have melted. Come on.
Some of them did. As you guys are driving away and everything, in through one of the cracked windows comes 1,
No
2,
fucking
3,
way.
4, 5, 6. Comes 6 of them. So 6 of those roaches cycling through the rainbow, and they've salvaged technology and they've salvaged wires and things and pieced themselves together. So these 6 roaches, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wait,
5.
hold
These
on,
6
hold on.
roaches have made.
I gotta interrupt just for a second. My apologies. They want a cut of the money. Just say that.
Gotcha.
There goes my money.
So they've pieced themselves together in kind of like a marionette. You know, like one of them
Oh
is
my
the head,
God,
two
this
of
is like
them
a
are the
horror
arms,
story.
the body, and the two legs. So they're robotic roaches, but they're cycling through that rainbow of colors. They like crawl in, and they're like, and they start to speak. They're like, Deck, can we call a truce?
Oh.
Hey, what are you hesitating? There's only one answer.
I call it truce.
We have become aware. We know who we are. We know what we do.
We know what we want.
We know what we want.
What is that?
We will require some new yen.
Thank God, I thought you were going to say nourishment. We require nourishment. Meta-human blood or flesh will do.
There's an ATM machine, I'm sure, on every block. You can get some.
I offer up. The mate.
We will take one of the advanced payment cred sticks.
I wonder whose that's going to be.
Yours is probably on your body.
Which is here, right?
I think it's downstairs melting.
Yeah, it's downstairs.
Okay.
I will let you have grabbed it because you guys knew he had it on him. I will let you have grabbed it for 2 rolls if somebody wants to grab it. Otherwise, someone can give up their own cred stick.
I'm gonna get on these things good side. I'm gonna give them mine.
Okay. So Quicks, you produce yours. And
I'm ready to shoot him. I'm ready to just mow him down. Whatever you guys say.
It's not gonna work. They're just
clutches the cred stick, and you just kind of like see the cred stick like alternate, various colors, and they just drop it, and they're like,
wait, hold on, wait.
You're doing a lot of waiting
How
tonight.
many
What?
pulls would it be to have had available an EMP grenade?
Five.
Just say 2.
Let's do it.
I'll do that.
You're gonna EMP the car.
Specifically, what I'm tailoring this slightly. It is a function of the vehicle that I have added that's going to do this.
Did you save the data bomb
And
that you found earlier?
Is it gonna EMP the entire car, or is this like a directional to where it's only gonna hit?
It's like a 20-meter radius effect.
Okay, so it's gonna hit everything.
It's going to the car.
What's it gonna do to our files?
It's
that we
going
saved?
to affect.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to affect the files. It's going to affect the device. Right. So.
But
any
the
comm links
device-
are going to fail. Anything that's
Where
powered.
does the file live though? The file only lives in your devices right now.
No. I just put it in the cloud. Boop. There. Cloud. Done.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait a minute. You may not want to do that. Mr. Johnson said he wanted everything that had held it. If you put it in the cloud and they find out you put it in the cloud.
Now you got to destroy Google.
We're gonna pay this little bunch of
Yeah, because that was a
things to go pay
distinct
Johnson a visit.
stipulation of the contract was they wanted everything that it had been in,
All right,
or
fair.
everything that had been
I
in
give him my
destroyed.
cred stick. Thought I had an out.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna put like your hacking thing inside the cred stick, but
Yeah, it's not a device like that. It doesn't
All right.
store files, so I can't.
I know that. But
So I see him handing the cred stick. I'm going to mow them down.
Okay.
It's like a swarm of things. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, sure.
Well, no, he said it's a grouping. It kind of turned into a biped form.
Yeah, it turned into like a biped form. Sure.
That's okay. I've already lost my left arm. I'm fine with apparently
Sure,
losing
just give
my
me
hearing
one
too.
roll.
We're inside a car.
You're a shooter. What do you do? Give me one roll.
Just
Well,
one.
You're not going to be able to hear us tell you.
Shooting
that
is the
you're
thing you
an
do.
idiot now.
All right. Well, I'll make 2. I want to make this as
Sure.
clean as possible and make sure these things are dead.
I won't object to.
Oh god,
You
he's
gave
going to
us a
shoot
count
himself in
earlier.
the
How
head
many were
now.
here?
He's at
You were
6.
missing 53,
And there
we saw
were.
6.
and 6 came in the car.
Yeah, this
Oh,
isn't going to
God.
accomplish much.
This is just going to piss them
It's
off.
just gonna piss them off.
So somebody say that as they see me pull up the weapon.
I'll fucking say it.
Okay.
Is your first roll 6?
I have not rolled. That was somebody else's.
It says the
That was
Reaper.
at me though. I know it was at me for some reason.
No, that was the before. That was the last roll he made.
That was that was the last roll
Yeah,
to
like
like
20
cut the
minutes
thing,
ago.
and
Yeah.
that was the exit. Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
that was the exit. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to wind up icing ourselves as we try to get away from the mission.
Oh, I see.
Classic.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna take the shot then when he says that.
Okay. Somebody points out, wait, there's more, and you're like,
Yeah, a lot more.
and you just stow your gun. They take the cred stick. You see it alternate the colors of the rainbow, and they say, "You may contact us.
I was about to say
We
I'm gonna
will-
give them my contact.
We will be in
information.
touch." And they
I, for one, welcome our new bug overlord robots.
Yeah.
and crawl, and the little marionette of cockroach drones crawls out and leaves.
You figure
You
actually
had
if
to
somebody.
bring that mini drone.
Why are there so many drones?
That's how they work. They work together and they make the swarm intelligence. But I wasn't expecting that.
All right. You guys have made it out of the facility. You have the hot knife program. All you have to do now is contact Bruno.
Oh my god.
And not mention the fact that we literally belted downstairs.
It's irrelevant. It wasn't part of the parameters.
Humiliate the CEO who was in charge of that.
We're gonna have to lie to him,
We-
though. We're not gonna
But
get
the-
around lying to him.
Do we have video
We,
for that?
we sealed in another 8 people alive.
Well,
I'm assuming you recorded video of downstairs getting destroyed. I'm just
Yeah.
going to assume you did that.
Sure. The issue, I think, is that these drones each they were all exposed to that program, right? That's kind of what triggered this. Or did I misread that?
Yeah, but we shut them down.
It's they connected to Sword. It's unclear whether they got a copy. Because you guys had to start fighting them to shut them down. It's unclear. They may have, they may not have.
Right. So that's So obviously the answer is if they ask that we destroyed all the devices, like you see on the video.
And we shut down this many drones, and the rest of them were down there and destroyed. That's it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be very simple and not say anything that contradicts the footage.
And then we moved the hell out of Seattle.
Yes, I
Uh,
do. Oh, copy.
I'm looking forward to working for our new drone overlords.
Do you text Bruno or do you call him?
It was a text.
You got a
line.
comm number. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
call.
text Bruno. Say, hey, at script, call him. Hey, Bruno, we got the thing. Where do we take it?
Need a pickup site. Where in the Metroplex are you?
I tell him.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Like, yeah. There's a, let's see, it's a, there's an all-night data shop.
I'll be right back.
Coffee and chips. Meet you there in 30.
All right, done.
You go to coffee and chips. Yeah, it's got like a coffee cup with like a donut, but the donut is like a circuit board being dunked in the coffee, and it's just the
Like a hacker
31st century equivalent, of like a hacker bar. Yeah,
Like an
so,
internet cafe kind of thing.
Internet cafe.
Yeah.
That was the word I was looking for. Like an internet cafe for the 31st century. So yeah, you guys pull up there and you just kind of like, stabilize and just kind of like recover and like catch your breath. And about 32 minutes later, a van, like nondescript gray van pulls up and a door
That might as well
opens.
say fixer on the side.
Yeah. Actually, no, it says on the side of it, it just like in an AR display, it says Toothpaste's Gang, and you see the gray van just pull up, and the door slides open. There's no driver; it's being remote piloted.
Right.
Inside the van are cred sticks for for all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cred sticks with what was it? I think 10,000 new yen.
Yeah, minimum.
Plus bonuses.
I'm not sure you got any bonuses though.
You didn't bring back sword.
Sword, but he said sword isn't dead. It's also they gave us.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that she wasn't dead. It was that we had to bring her here. It was bring her either dead or alive. The fact that she is not here means there's no bonus from that. Extra credit to embarrass the orc suit, but that wasn't money. But that we did do that, and we got proof of that. And 10k each to reclaim all copies of her program, or destroy the devices. Video proof is fine. We totally did that. As far as
I think there's 5 cred sticks with 10,000 on them.
Boom.
So as the van door opens, there's like a little display rack or whatever of like 5 cred sticks. You can take that, and then do you put like the comm link that has the file in it?
Yes.
And the roach.
And the file with the video feed.
Yep.
Well,
you can upload that. You can upload that to him when you contact him. I already forgot his name.
Bruno.
You can just send that video file to him.
Sure, easily done.
As you're waiting.
And this goes without saying, by the way, but I am obviously keeping a copy of the program.
And I'm assuming you want that to go unnoticed.
Yeah.
I would ask for 1 roll.
Oh, that's easy.
My one last parting roll.
What could possibly go wrong?
You're.
Oh, you don't even. Yeah.
73.
Right in between.
73.
All right. Yep, you're able to copy it, and to the best of your knowledge, it doesn't look like it registered that a copy was made.
I'll simply be killed in my sleep.
Yeah, I would have asked for more if I'd realized you hadn't been hit at all. But
I was just gonna say they might hire the Reaper to do that.
All right. With that, you put the comm link that's got the file in that. You grab the 5 cred sticks that have 10,000 new yen on them. Van door shuts. The toothpaste gang's AR display, disappears, and it's just a nondescript gray van that drives off into the night.
Another job well
and
done.
We split the extra cred stick 4 ways.
Yep, split the extra cred stick 4 ways. And with that, we have reached the end of my story. So each one of you can totally write an epilogue. So like what happens to your character in the next 5 to 10 years. You have total narrative control. Tell me, does this change anything? How your life changes? What you do differently? How this new yen makes or breaks your life? Totally up to you.
I lay at the bottom of an elevator shaft. That's quick and easy.
Your mic's a little far from your face, Greg, but yeah, we heard you.
Yeah, I lay at the bottom of an elevator shaft.
And parts of your flesh gets into
It's
the
all over
cracks
a
and
roof.
stays there for decades.
Right.
No, some roaches come up
Oh.
and take some of your biological.
Mm.
You'll live forever
See, I thought I was being gross.
in the collective.
Actually, I would offer this to you, Greg. You were kind of slaughtered by a poison spirit. If your essence, soul, or whatever wanted to become a poison spirit or wanted to become something malevolent,
It could have just inhabited him, depending on his power suite that it has.
Yeah, it's
Like a
just
meat puppet.
increasing power by drawing from me. That's
Sounds
what
good.
So this spirit that I created who has become free and uses me as a battery.
I
That is
see.
Messed up.
So the poison spirit, after it's done wrecking the room, like picks up your body, and it changes its chemical makeup in order to suspend you, and you are just kept in like suspended animation, like half conscious, half dead. And because of that 3 times ley line event, it taps into some of that ley line power, and then it just uses the essence and the magical the magical attunement that you have to free itself, and then start to go off and never again is it able to be bound by another mage and goes and wreaks havoc on the meta plane.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Who would like to write their epitaph or epilogue? Could be an epitaph.
I want somebody on the bottom row to go.
I was going to say I was going to be working on 2B to get him to the full AI awareness. Now that I know it's not too hard.
So our new
So
friends can probably hook you up.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you start trying to integrate 2B back into the body, a better body with the new yen that you got from this run, and you start getting like helpful hints from someone that just identifies themselves as Legion. So Legion starts giving you helpful hints and various plans and things like that, and in short time you're able to fully AI 2B.
Or not to be.
No, we're not to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. I called him 2B.
You've made him a real boy.
Anything else you want in your epilogue?
Well, I'm the one who wastes all his money on technology and drones. So.
Living the sweet life of a drone rigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, moneyless, but tons of friends.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chris played.
Who would like to be
And 1,000 roaches this time.
One.
Oh, Lordy. Okay.
Yes, because the best way to deal with a problem is to make it even worse next time.
That's right. Legion finds more friends.
What about
Reaper,
you, Carcosa?
Carcosa, or Quicks?
Carcosa, you got anything?
Well, I'm going to have to replace my arm,
Ah,
but at least I've got the funds to do it now. And then I'm going to go enjoy my new pendant, which should be helpful with my line of work normally.
so what's the story with the pendant?
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about secrets afterwards.
Okay.
This is the epilogue.
And then try to find Lakos to see why his voice imprint was down there, and if need to, punch him with my left arm now.
Punch through him.
I didn't know much about Lockhart because it was a brief description. So you can tell us why he would be contributing or working on a project to make the ultimate, as technology magic infused hacker. So I don't know what justification he would have because I don't have enough information about his personality.
Don't know. Unless he's seen something coming that would have been helpful to fight it with.
Okay. This is what I'll offer you. So as you're getting your arm replaced, as they rush you to like a chop dock to get something put in, the chop dock sees your father's pipe wrench, and he's like, "Do you want me to incorporate this in? Is this like a custom job with this?" And he ends up melting down your father's pipe wrench and using it for plating. So whatever that enchantment is from your father's pipe wrench goes into your left arm, and now your left arm is also, you have an enchanted left arm, left cyber arm.
Excellent. Even better for punching them.
And when you catch up to Lockhart and you sit and you have dinner with him and catch up with him, Aaron is just briefly. It's a long conversation, lots of going back and forth, but basically he tells you that he has been in touch with some technomancers, and they have been doing some plotting and some researching and doing some divining with some divining mages, and they see not a physical dragon, not a spiritual dragon, but they see a techno dragon coming. There's going to be the birth of a techno dragon that will come out of a discovery, that will come out of a piece of technology that's being developed.
Is this like
and it will be
or
no,
It would
like an
have to
actual
be,
like something birthed out of technology. So not something meat and bones, something circuitry, something electric.
Made out of
There's going to
thousands
be
Is this rainbow colored by chance?
I was
What's
gonna
that?
say.
Is this dragon rainbow colored by chance?
No. They don't.
Thank heavens.
He's like, He's like, we'll look into that, but that's not what we had been thinking before.
Those bugs were rainbow colored.
Just checking.
But yeah, somehow there's going to be a computer dragon or a techno dragon coming
A
in the next
chromatic
300,
techno
400 dragon. 300, 400 years.
Well, don't do that to any more people. What the fuck is wrong with you?
All right, Reaper.
That was just another job. It was messed up, but next.
Oh. You completed in the time frame. You succeeded your side job. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
how does that go? That has to pan out nicely.
So he goes back to those friends at Ares and tips his hat and says, "Job done."
And does he live out his life doing cushy Ares runs for the rest of his life? Does he,
No, he does both. He subcontracts. It's fun.
Tell us one big score. Tell us one big hit that Reaper has. Something particularly impressive.
Gosh, I don't know.
I assassinated this decker that I had run
again.
with once. It was only remarkable because he died so easily.
How about Ares hires you to either, your choice, either kill or protect a dragon?
You don't want to be the guy who killed a dragon.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Or do you? Or is that the notoriety
or do
you want?
Yeah. No, actually, I think he would be so bent on himself to actually try to take out a dragon. He would take that job.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I did help you with the definition of psychopathy.
So Ares approaches you to actually take out an actual dragon. So then the question is, are you successful? And if you are successful, does that put a big enough target on your head that someone takes you down?
I would imagine yes, that someone will end the Reaper.
After that,
and it will probably claw bite from another dragon.
Fair enough.
Does it wind up on YouTube as well?
Yeah, probably.
Almost certainly.
So yeah,
Actually,
Ares,
he would hope so.
Ares identifies a dragon that has just recently laid or is in the process of hatching an egg, and so they hire you to take that dragon out because it has in the past opposed them and it had been actively attacking them and then it stopped attacking them, and they figured out it had stopped attacking them so that it could have this clutch, this egg. And so you hunt it down, and that's when you discover, it stopped attacking Ares because it stopped opposing them because it had this youngling. Take it out. But then many years later, as you're still doing the work, still going well, but a little slower than you used to be, and it's just slow enough for the child of that dragon to come in and catch you in the middle of a hit. And so on some quiet roof of a skyscraper somewhere, you see muzzle flashes and you see the silhouette of dragon wings and biting and crunching.
Nice.
There's no screaming, but it's just this prolonged firefight and muzzle flashes and lightning cracks with dragon silhouettes. And then
Nice.
a limping young dragon flies off into the night,
Carrying a limp body in its claws
Yep.
or in its mouth.
I think that only leaves us with Quicks.
Mine's easy. I make a lucrative career out of working for our new AI overlords.
Legion?
It's a mutually beneficial arrangement. I live a luxury lifestyle. I have everything that I could want. I have lots of friends and entertainment. And I live happily ever fucking after.
You don't become a cyber zombie as part of Legion?
Nope. Legion's agenda is to free captive AI. So this takes you to various parts of the world. So you end up globe hopping, and going to various parts and freeing AI that's been captured for by corporations or by individuals or whatnot, and all of these AI start coming together, and as you're working for Legion, you start hearing rumors about these free AIs getting together and trying to bring forth something
A techno
large,
dragon.
some dragon. They just call it the worm of their own.
Hmm.
So all the
Well, I
AI
think that is
that
great.
Legion has you free.
I think that's great.
All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Biohack. Thank you all very much for playing. Thank all of you out in internet land for joining us and watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Same thing if you ever wander across our Twitch channel. Brad, our engineer, is going to put any links down there that you might want to follow. If anybody else has any parting words or anything else you want to plug, you can totally plug that. Otherwise, after that, we'll sign off, and then all of you are invited to talk about any secrets or any after the show that you like. But we'll go ahead and sign off for our Twitch viewers. Anything that you guys would like to plug? Any last words?
Midwest Game Fest online is in December of 2023, and in person, April 2024, midwestgamefest.org.
Greg, when is our next in-person Saturday gaming event, and where?
That's actually this weekend.
Mike?
This weekend, May 6th, at Tabletop or Cafe Corner.
Cardboard Corner.
The corner.
Yeah.
Huh?
Cardboard Corner Cafe. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
In Kansas or.
That is coming up a little bit quick, and this is going to be preserved on the internet. Do you know where our June event is going to be?
I'd have to look, but.
Okay, well, that's enough for now then.
Right.
So-
I'd have to look and figure out where it's at.
Come and join us this Saturday all day long at Tabletop Cardboard Corner off of Metcalf over in Overland Park. And with that, we bid you a wonderful good night.
All right. We'll see everybody.